Should be going live.
Hey.
Hey there, Facebook world. We're live.
All right. Well, hopefully that's all good and going, and we shall start the program.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready for your cue music. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
This is Drink Talk, where we try to solve the world's problems one drink at a time. This week we'll be having Bombora Vodka and Effen Cucumber Vodka and discussing weight loss programs. We are your hosts, Brian and Britt.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Britt.
Yeah.
Welcome yourself.
Glad you come all the way to the other side of Omaha
know,
and make
right?
it for this show.
I know. It's like I hardly ever see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be drinking on some vodkas tonight. We'll be also drinking some juices with them. And our first juice, technically, we are drinking Bloody Marys right now.
Kind of. I'm sipping on it.
I know, Brian. I tried to change Brian's mind on this whole.
He did not do a very good job.
I got the Zing Zang mix, and the Zing Zang mix is awesome. And anybody who's had Zing Zang mix, it is awesome. But we tried it with the cucumber vodka first, and that was a terrible idea to do. So then we tried it with the other one, which I find is a lot better. This is the Bombora vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you'd pronounce
From
it?
Queensland, Australia.
Yes.
Distilled 7 times.
It is gluten-free.
And it's gluten-free because it's made with grapes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could make vodka with grapes.
Yeah, made with grapes, which you would think is a wine, but it also has the natural spring water from the Great Artisan Basin.
Very good.
Or
very good.
artesian, probably is how you pronounce that.
Um,
Do you know what Bombora means?
Hang 10?
Close. It in surfer talk, it means massive wave.
Oh, well, okay. Hang 10.
Yes. In Aboriginal speak, it means reef. So not as cool, but that's why they have the picture of the wave on there.
Yeah.
So no, I dig it. I would just like to have a little sip of it. Can we do the little toot glasses?
The toot?
Yeah, the toot glasses.
Yeah. Absolutely we can.
That'd be nice. While Britt's doing that, some of the slogans for this one. Well, actually, let me talk a little bit about its accolades. It's won some awards. This Bombora vodka from Queensland, Australia.
Yeah, when I was buying this at Hy-Vee, by the way, the kid that was ringing me up, he's like, "That's good vodka."
Nice.
He's
Well,
like,
it's distilled 7 times. I've never had vodka distilled this many times. The most I've ever had vodka distilled is 6.
oh, hey, +1.
Plus 1.
I dig it.
Which makes it smoother, usually. So, in 2006, it won the world's best premium vodka in San Francisco. And in 2008, it won a silver medal at the International Wine and Spirits Competition in London.
Fancy.
Yeah, I like some of their slogans. It's smooth down under. It's big down under.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
It's wet down under. And it's perfect down under.
Perfect down under.
Yes.
Well, here's
So
a shot
to
of that.
Cheers.
That's like so smooth.
It's like water that kind of tastes like vodka.
Yeah, right? It stings a little bit in the back of the thing. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sting, but it does
Not
warm you.
sting, yeah, warm. That's
You know,
what I
I
meant.
dig it. I like it. That's really good. What are some of the things that we're going to be mixing with these vodkas? Because they're kind of they're both vodkas, but they're each unique. One it has the cucumber flavor, the Effen vodka, which I love the name of, and then the other vodka is grape vodka, and you can taste kind of it's got a it's smooth, but it's got a flavor to it, not like because I'm a fan of the Kirkland brand vodka.
Sure.
And that's pretty.
As we've
That's
heard
just
many
like,
a times on this
yeah,
show.
but that's just like water. There's not much flavor to it. This has flavor
Yes.
to it, probably because they distill it with grapes. So there's going to be it's going to impart some flavor on that.
So we have LaCroix.
Yeah, LaCroix.
LaCroix. I was really going for the term of sometimes these weight loss programs are crock, and it kind of looks like Crocs. But anyway, fun fact about this: 0 calories, 0 trans fats, 0 total fat, 0 grams of sodium, 0 sugars, 0 protein. So I mean, like everything's 0 on this can.
My wife is a big fan of LaCroix. She gets those. Yeah, anything to get me, because folks, you know, I don't want to put anybody down that drinks Bloody Marys, but to me, this stuff tastes like drinking a salt lick. that has some tomato paste on it.
All right. And then we got this here.
Bye.
Yeah, the bye.
I love those. Have you seen the commercials with Justin Timberlake and Christopher Walken? Oh, it's hilarious. He's singing one of the lines from what was the band that he was in? Was it NSYNC or was it?
Yeah, NSYNC.
Was it? So he's like, "Baby, bye, bye, bye," and then he looks over and Justin Timberlake's sitting next to him. That's pretty cute.
Another one. Reason why I bought this calories. It only had 5 calories on it. Mm-hmm. Again, 0 fat.
In the theme of the weight loss programs that we're talking about.
The only thing
today.
I don't like about this is at the very top it says contains 1% juice. just 1% juice.
Yeah, a lot of juice is from concentrate. So
I bought those at Hy-Vee, and then I was going to stop by Juice Stop,
Oh, yeah.
Because in the theme of, weight loss programs, what's more easier to just go out and buy it at the drive-thru.
Those of you that don't own a juicer.
Exactly. Those of you who don't have a juicer. Exactly. You just go to the wherever, Juice Stop. And I was...
You don't need to put it in quotes. The thing is actually real.
Right? But I wanted to get it fresh, and I didn't want to have it sit around at home all night and all that stuff. So I went out at 8 o'clock, about an hour and a half before the show, to go to the store and buy all this stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'll stop at Juice Stop on the way home. And I was like, nearest Juice Stop. And they're like, close. There was one Juice Stop open until 9 o'clock, but it was all the way downtown. I was like, I'm not gonna run all the way downtown just to get some juice. So I ended up going over to CVS, because I was like, well, it's right here, it's right down the street. And I was gonna get some like V8 stuff. Mm-hmm. I was like, they got like a V8 splash juice, I could do that. And then I went over the cooler section and ended up finding this Gold Emblem. And again, 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 carbohydrates, 0 sugars. I was like, wow, cool. Mm-hmm. This is exactly what I'm looking for, a good balance of juices. I've got...
the water section at Walmart where they have those flavored waters?
Because I shop there all the... No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So I have friends that actually drink vodka.
I've heard it's a myth.
I have friends that drink water... that flavored water from Walmart.
Sure.
That comes in their they're like 20 or 30 ounce bottles, and they just mix that, and it's pretty delicious. Yeah. And it's very low calorie because there's water.
There was a lot of flavored waters, but I was noticing that it was like 2% fat. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. How do you get fat off of water?
I did bring some Mios that we can just.
We got Mios. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff here that we can try. We'll get past this and then on to that. You don't have to finish it. You don't.
Yeah.
Trust me, the colder it gets, the better it is.
Okay. We'll go with that.
It was a little warm from the get-go, only because I didn't have the Zing Zang bottle in the fridge yet.
Maybe it's because I'm missing a cucumber stick and a chicken wing and
some bacon.
Yep. Maybe it would make it better if it was in there.
It would totally make it better. But with that, with our first one...
Go ahead and just mix something up, and then I will.
The Crocs. That's what it looks like.
I know it's LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Well, while Britt's doing that, let's just go ahead and get into the talks here. We're talking about weight loss programs, and not necessarily that there's a problem with it per se. Some of them are gimmicky and all that. We all know about weight loss programs, so I'm not going to spend any time on the definition of weight loss programs. We probably know people that are on weight loss programs. We probably have tried 1, 2, or 3 weight loss programs. So I'm not really going to get into the definition. We'll just get into more of the types of weight loss programs once Britt... Which LaCroix is this that you're doing?
This LaCroix is a kiwi watermelon.
Kiwi watermelon. And so what was the mixture that you did on this particular mixed drink? No, like a 1, 2 ounce, 3 ounce. What? How many? 1 or 2 ounces.
I'd say 1/3 to 2/3.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So, and the giant cube. Excellent. Let's try that. Oh, cheers! Yeah.
I don't even taste the vodka.
Yeah, I just taste a little LaCroix. I kind of taste it. It's in there. You can taste it a little bit, but
it's easy though.
Yeah, it's very smooth. Yeah,
the kiwi flavor.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure once it cools down even more, it'll be a little better.
Like I said, the colder the better. Some of these are just got from the store.
Hey.
So it is what it is.
At your local
but
retailers.
Yeah, what you were saying is all the programs. Speaking of that, should we just do a little rundown of like some of the stuff you could do?
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, well, here we go. We got the Simple Meal Plan. We have Lose 15 Pounds in a Week. Weight Loss Pro program. We have the Safe Pill Diet, the 7-Day GM Plan Diet, the Cabbage Diet, the Raw Food Diet, the Turbo Hypnosis Diet, the Medifast Diet Program, the Venus Factor, the Atkins Diet, the Asian Diet, the Vegan Diet, the Ali Diet, the workout ones. I love this. Do it in 8 minutes. Do it in 7 minutes. Do it in 4 minutes. You know, the Jenny Craig, the Weight Watchers, the HMR program, the South Beach Diet. I mean, I go on for days and days and days and days.
Well, let's talk about the actual. Those were actual specific programs that you were listing.
Right.
So let's get into some of the types, like because those are encompassing several.
Well, yeah, you know. I can't think of losing weight through hypnosis. But with that said, I could possibly think that you could train your mind not to eat in certain things like potato chips are the devil. Don't eat potato chips, you know. And then you wake up and you're like, oh man, I've got to get rid of these potato chips. They are just crowding up my cupboards here.
And I've heard people that have good results with smoking with hypnosis and
yes, I have heard that.
Yeah. So
Jay Medicine Hat. Hey. He used to have a CD.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Exactly.
Why don't we start at the beginning with kind of the original weight loss programs, which wasn't
Don't eat fast.
That's fasting is actually one of them. So religious aspects, the religious diets actually probably are some of the first dietary restrictions / spiritual dieting, the oldest form of dieting really. Not really used for losing weight originally anyway, more for religious practice. And you can look back in the Christians have Lent, Jewish they have the kosher, which is ritually correct or clean or unclean, things like pork. They can't eat pork, no mixing meat and dairy, so pizza's out. No meat with blood in it, you can't undercook it, you have to have it well done. Islam, they actually have probably some of the strictest dietary restrictions out there, and it's a matter of worship for them though. And
Don't eat that cow.
Right, and all three of these have the fasting, which is anywhere from fasting for a day or a couple days to fasting for extended period of time.
Yeah, you want to lose weight, don't eat.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. In a lot of this research, the fasting actually seemed like pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like it throws your body into shock, and instead of trying to keep that hunger thing going, like after a couple days, like the first day is obviously the worst, and they say the second day is not too bad, but by the third day, if you're not eating anything, your body just shuts down. It's like, oh, okay, you're not eating, there you go. And
it copes with it.
Right. And with some of the low calorie or the very low calorie diets, it actually pulls not only fat, but it also pulls muscle. So you're losing muscle mass with those. With fasting, that doesn't happen for some reason. So it seemed pretty legit. So I was interested in the fasting or the intermittent fasting. We as those of you that are Christians and practice Lent, you give up certain things. Sometimes people fast during Lent. Sometimes people give up meat during Lent, depending on your practice. Some people give up other things like chocolate or coffee or whatever.
The one thing I'm not going to give up is having nuts on the show.
Sriracha.
This show is brought to you by Emerald's Peanuts.
As well as the vodka.
Sriracha style. No, I'm just kidding. Emerald, if you actually see us doing this, please send us some money. We will sponsor you. I will wear it on the back of my shirt like I am wearing right now.
We have no sponsors.
Yeah,
right
we
now,
have no sponsors. We are the sponsors.
Yes. Sponsored by Britt and Brian.
That's right. Sometimes guests that come on the show.
Yeah.
They'll bring beer.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to that low calorie, very low calorie diets. They provide you're basically trying to produce the input versus output.
Sure.
You want smaller amounts of energy coming in and larger amounts, going out. So you want to expend more than you actually bring in. It does work, but again, you got to be careful about your muscle mass. You have to be careful about your nutrition or malnutrition.
Well, here's my thing. I am a big firm believer. If you're looking to lose weight of any sorts, you need to have a shake for breakfast. You need to have a shake for lunch, and then you need to have a sensible dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You're already trying to solve the problem.
exactly.
That's at the end, bud.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as fasting,
Though, like I said,
though it has been proven.
yeah, like I said, it seems the most legit of a lot of these. Gluten free. That's another big one going on right now. Is the gluten free one, and a lot of that is medically induced, but some of it, people just hop on it so they don't eat the grains. For those of you that don't know what gluten is, if you've been living under a rock, is any of the grains such
bread.
as wheat, rye, barley. There's
Beer.
a protein called gluten that are in those, and some people are intolerant to those.
Hence why we are drinking gluten-free vodka.
Yes, celiac disease is what the people have that are gluten intolerant, and they've come a long way. They've made gluten-free bread. They like gluten-free pizza. They've had gluten-free beer. It's not good.
Don't try it.
Yeah. And then on the other side of that, low carb, from going from gluten-free to low carb, which is eliminating a lot of the stuff out of your diet. That's your Atkins and your South Beach diet. Those are low carb. You can have meats and fats or proteins and fats. They're what they call ketogenic diets, which causes ketosis, which is your body using stored fat for energy.
Interesting.
So that's how you lose the weight there. Low fat diets. These are kind of bunk. Your body needs fat, and in moderation, of course. They usually rely on high calorie, high fiber, and starches such as potatoes, rice, beans, and you avoid pretty much all animal foods. There's a lot of science that
all animal foods. That kind of sounds like you're going vegan diet.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Because a lot of animal foods contain fat, so you don't want those. And if this is a low-fat diet, you don't want the fats from animals.
I had a
there.
joke there, but I wasn't going to say it. I could offend some people out there.
Yep. 3-hour diet. This is something that
3-hour diet. 3 hours, you're done. You're
and
good.
done. That's
Thanks.
what.
Man, that was easy.
When I first read that, I was like,
I
well,
knew
that was going to be
I
easy.
do that 3 more hours.
I know, right? This is eating smaller meals every 3 hours. That's what the 3-hour diet.
Interesting.
So, from a perspective,
Eat a chip.
well, not necessarily that. It's a small meal. You're going to eat. It's basically snacking every 3 hours is what you're doing.
Right.
So it's
you
a
don't
smaller
have
meal.
any big meals. You're not going to have a plate of steak.
Right.
and
Which I would think would
potatoes.
trim down your waistline because you aren't
assume.
extending your stomach like in dinner. When you have the big dinner meal, it's your stomach is stretching out. With these, it's a smaller.
Speaking of big meals, I just think it's funny when you see somebody order like a double cheeseburger with a large fry and a Diet Coke, and you're like,
Hey, maybe it's just for the taste of it, Britt.
really,
Diet
the Diet Coke?
Maybe it's just for the taste of it.
If it's not real butter, you're not actually having butter, so might as well just have the real butter. Like have the Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah,
drink that.
And there's something to be said for the margarine, the parquet, the fake butter versus real butter. Your body knows what to do with butter. Okay?
Yeah.
It's an actual ingredient. It's something your body knows what to do with. This fake stuff that you can't pronounce, it's like your body's like, well, I don't know, just poop it out.
Did you see the thing on? It was on YouTube, but it was also on Facebook a lot, where this guy was trying to actually have his eggs in the morning, eggs and bacon and toast, and this guy was a time traveler, and he comes into the closet and and he comes out of the closet. He's like, "No, wait, don't eat the eggs; they're bad for you." And then he's all like, gives an explanation. And then he goes away, and then all of a sudden it's like, and then he's back again.
Wait,
he's like,
eggs are
"Wait,
good for you."
eggs are good for you." And then and then he's like, "Wait, the yellow's bad for you, but the white's good for you." It was
Those are some of the myths that I want to get into. I do want to get into some weight loss myths.
absolutely.
Let's finish up some of these types. The paleo diet. Have you heard that one?
Yes.
That one's big with people that work out a lot. And that comes from the Paleolithic era. So basically anything
long time ago.
anything a caveman would eat. So you can
Where do I find T-Rex? Where do I find Brontos? No, I'm just kidding.
T-Rex. Woolly mammoth, yes.
Yeah, there we go, maybe.
Woolly mammoth, you could eat that. You can eat berries, you can eat meat, green leafy stuff you can eat, but it's pretty eggs you can eat.
You come out of that diet and you look like a caveman. You're like, oh, I see what diet you're on.
You went all out.
You went the paleo.
Got the beard going on and the big brow.
Funny thing was, when I actually was doing my research, I found more videos of women doing the diet stuff than the men.
Well, and that's something that I've...
And that's now I'm just saying videos.
Yeah.
I'm not saying articles on the web, because there might have been more articles of men doing stuff on the web. I don't know. Yeah, men's health, whatever. But I found more YouTube videos of women losing more than 100 pounds than I did men. And women wanting to get the word out, and they're like, the pros and cons.
Right. From a certain standpoint, where I thought you were going with it was kind of how our society is structured. They place a lot of weight on the way women look.
A lot of weight.
It's funny because it's punny. It's play on words.
That's right.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say, there's pros outweigh the cons.
You see what I did there? I see what you did there. Some of the more vegan. That's another one. That's another. I guess not necessarily just a diet, really. For some people, it's a way of life. That's how they live. But for others that want to do the paleo diet minus the animal stuff, some people do it because if you watch, I've had friends that watch that documentary on Netflix, What the Health, and I've
What the health?
What the health? Yeah. So I had a friend of mine. He's a big meat eater, and he's like, I don't know that I will ever eat meat or dairy again. And he's like, don't watch it. I'm like, dude, we've done factory farming, so if I can get through that, would you? Oh, you went with the buy? I guess I better hurry up then.
That's good.
But the vegan diet basically
it kind of tastes like a Mio. Yeah, it really tastes just like.
Go ahead and talk about yours then. This is a little bit of a break. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I went with the buy, but I went with the Bavaria Black Cherry.
I do like black cherry.
Yeah.
I actually have a black cherry Mio right here.
In fact, you have a black cherry up here that we used for, what episode was that?
That one,
like 7. I don't know. Anyway, it's still over there, and I still use it every once in a while.
I got a mind like a steel sieve.
Yeah, right?
It just catches the big stuff.
Gross. Anyway, yeah, this is good. I'm enjoying this one bit. Except for the fact that it only contains 1% juice, which is on the downside. But on the upside, I've got...
I don't think Mio contains any juice.
I've only got 5 calories coming in. My fat is at 0. My protein is at 0. I'm getting some vitamin C, 15% of it. So that's cool.
Vitamins and minerals.
Vitamins. And on this break,
hey,
we'll do drink talk.
Just so if you didn't know already by Britt's shirt.
Yeah, right. Just for all the people that are watching right now.
Hello out there.
Hello out there in TV land.
Hello, lady.
It's actually Mike Wellno. That's
is he really?
Yes, he is.
Should we mention CrossFit then for Mike Wellno?
Sure.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the CrossFit.
He was talking about that at church today, and he's like, "Hey, you should mention CrossFit." I'm like, "Well, CrossFit's more of a workout program." You may lose weight doing it.
if you do it, then you'll lose weight.
But the interesting thing about CrossFit is it's not like a workout program per se, because they try and set you up for anything life may throw at you.
Sure.
Like, hey, you need to run your kids down because you're teaching them how to bicycle.
Any type of program you do like that. What was in fact, before you leave, I've got to get this back to you. The weight loss program thing that you got,
That's a nice movie.
Yeah, it's a nice move. You let me borrow it. It's like 5 CD DVDs.
Oh, you're talking Insanity?
Insanity.
Yeah.
I lost weight for sure on that.
Right, but that's not...
Because you're just sweating it out.
Well, that's not really... That's more of a workout program. That's like a heavy work. Now, you will lose fat.
I did it for 2 weeks, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
I lost my weight.
That's one of those things, like, if you're not throwing up, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
It's that kind of workout. It's crazy.
Right.
But the results are amazing. And it's all on muscle confusion, so you don't stick with one workout too long, because if you do that for an extended period of time, your muscles get used to the workout. Yeah. So it doesn't let your muscles get used to it. So your results are amazing.
So I've heard of the 8-minute and the 7 and the 6-minute workout. And that's really kind of, as far as they go, they're like 6 minutes is like, but then this lady had a 4-minute one. I was like, oh, I'm down for watching her for 4 minutes. After the 4 minutes, she couldn't breathe, nor could she finish and talk. She's just like, if you want to subscribe and download, just hit the like button. I'm just like,
that doesn't look fun at all.
And then she clicked the stop button, and I'm like, man, she was really panicking.
I guess if you can't find 20 minutes to keep your heart rate up, and you really got to rely on the 4 minutes,
right?
4 minutes. Come on now.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Don't read Reddit while you're pooping. There's your 4 minutes. Come on. You can find more than 4 minutes in a day to work out. So some of the other ones, cleanse. It's not really a diet, and it does shed a lot of water weight. It gets rid of the crap that's in you, and
literally.
It
will. I've done those cleanses a couple times, for some reason they keep those things under lock and key at GNC, but it really flushes your system out. I even get like a body quiver, like I'm cold. I'm cold, and then I put a blanket on. I'm like, man, I'm hot, and
body doesn't know what to do.
Sweating, and then I'm peeing, and then it's like coming out the other end too. And but then I do feel better afterwards. I feel cleansed. You know.
Well, the thing I don't really understand about it, I get wanting to clean everything out and just get the gunk out of there,
right?
Because they do that for the tests, But
those of you on Facebook Live, you can see the test. But
if Mike's still
use
watching,
your imagination.
If Mike's still watching, he knows what I'm talking about.
Right.
But your gut needs all that flora in there. It needs those all the stuff that's in your gut that breaks down things. So if you're flushing that out, I know your body starts to replace that, but I think it shocks your system a little.
It does shock your system a little.
So I don't know.
I had to do it for swimming and stuff, just totally, get everything out of your body.
I'm sure like wrestlers that have to weigh in a certain amount, they probably do stuff like that.
Smart thing to do.
I don't know if it's smart. I mean, you're putting your body through a lot. Like I said, that stuff that's in your gut, not necessarily the crap, literally, but like the flora, the bacteria and all that stuff. It's necessary.
Like I said, I've done it 5-6 times. I'm still alive, so I see no downside to it.
Okay,
it's a cleanser.
You're pretty regular.
I'm very regular.
Yes.
I usually wake up in the morning and get that done, and after lunch, sometimes there might be something else. And
how far we've fallen. I mean, we're sitting here talking about it.
I'm just saying, pooping's a good thing, It keeps you regular. It means that your body's working well.
That's why I drink coffee.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Sometimes I can just smell coffee, and I'm like, I gotta go poop.
I have heard of the coffee enema. I don't know.
Oh, gross! Don't talk about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Not really. I'm a fan of coffee. I'm not that much of a fan of coffee.
Tell me this doesn't just taste like Mio.
Mio. All right. I'm trying. This is the same drink Britt had, so
yeah.
I'm a little behind where he is.
It's all right. You're maybe 5 minutes behind. It's no big deal.
Oh yeah. Other than the carbonation, like Mio doesn't give you the carbonation.
Exactly.
So.
It gives you a little carbonation.
Yeah, totally.
So do a Mio with 7-Up, and then you're good to go.
Hey, all right. Well, I want to try the Effen with the Effen vodka with the Sprite.
I really love the name of that.
Me too. It's from Holland. Isn't that weird?
It's weird. Another vodka that I really like is the Hangar One Olive vodka that I should have brought on.
All right, well,
maybe next time.
Maybe next vodka.
Maybe next vodka talk.
Vodka. That's the one we were doing a vodka. We were doing. Dang it! Yeah. It's going to come to me during this podcast which one we were doing it for. So we did a.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
We were drinking Kirkland.
Yes, we were doing.
Yeah, we were. Celebrate.
The last one I wanted to mention just became popular somewhat recently because of Oprah. And say what you will about her, she is a big time celebrity, but she has brought to light this Best Life diet. And the thing that I like about this, it isn't really
So no, let me get this straight. Is this her program?
it's not one she made up. It's one she's on.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm sure she sponsors it because she's on it.
Right.
But
she does books and whatever.
and that's
she
fine.
likes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But her weight fluctuation.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's all over the place, and
now she's looking good.
But I can't fathom the fact of her lifestyle, where she's on TV all the time, and then it's
probably
like
16,
hey,
18-hour days.
Eat a yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Eat a lunch in your dressing room. Then your husband wants to have you go out for dinner, and I can't imagine her kind of lifestyle to where she should be eating home cooked meals all the time, but I don't think she has time to do home cooked meals all the time.
Yeah, and that's something I did want to bring up because I knew we were going to be
because people in time. Are you promoting something, Brian?
I'm not promoting it.
Well, all right.
But I did say
you want to talk about it. Go on.
I would talk about it because I did go there for lunch.
We need to start just showing this program to people and be like, "We promoted you. You give us like free meals or something,
a meal,
a meal."
Which we have gotten.
Listen to this program. Yeah. You are on the show. I was on the show. No, your product was on the show.
I do want to give it a little bit of a shout out to Eat Fit Go. That's I don't know how nationwide they are.
They're getting bigger.
They came to Omaha.
They didn't start here. Yeah.
No, but they came to Omaha about 2 years ago, so they've been here for a little bit. And I went, why not? Saturday afternoon, I had a little bit of time off, and I said, you know what? I need some lunch.
Give it a try.
I'm going to go there because Britt and I are going to be talking about weight loss programs. Yeah. Let's go there.
You know what I ate this afternoon? I ate potatoes. I ate some Brussels sprouts, and I ate a chicken salad sandwich, all creamy.
Oh yeah, the Brussels sprouts. Hey,
they were creamy Brussels sprouts with cheese and stuff in them.
Yeah, to make them not healthy.
Exactly.
They taste delicious.
They were very delicious. Everything was soupy and creamy and wonderful.
Back to Eat Fit Go.
And I'm glad you ate good.
Yes,
because I did not.
I had the salmon and broccoli, and
that actually sounds really good.
For those of you that are not familiar with Eat Fit Go, it's basically like really healthy. But they're not freezer meals. Okay, they're refrigerated meals that you microwave.
So you can have them for 5 days, and then you gotta
eat
by 5 days.
There's a very quick expiration date. They're all very fresh. There are no preservatives in them, and they've got really really good. Like, do you want steak? Do you want hamburger? Do you want chicken? Do you want turkey? Do you want what do you want?
The question on people's minds right now is, was it good?
It was very good.
Good.
I had the salmon and broccoli on rice, and I had a parfait. And it was very delicious. Not overly cheap because you can get like a lean cuisine for like $2, and this was like $10. It was under $10. I got the meal, the parfait, and a drink for I want to say like $12 with tax, something like that. So not terrible, but it took like a minute 45 to microwave, and I mean it was a very quick meal if you're in the office setting and you need to go somewhere and get something really, really quick. It's a good place to go. The people there are very friendly. They're very knowledgeable about their the product, and they have a neat philosophy. They're trying to make people eat healthier, but they realize that people don't have the time. Could you make these meals cheaper yourself? Absolutely. You certainly could. You could go buy a whole salmon and cut it up and make some rice and broccoli and pre-package it and set it up for the week. You could totally do that yourself. Do you have the time? Not everybody has the time to do that. So I would suggest going to Eat Fit Go. And they're not sponsoring us at all. I just went there to eat. So it was disclaimer on that one. I did eat there, but I did not get a free meal. They are not giving us any sponsorship or anything, but I did enjoy my experience there.
Great. We do have some listeners out there that are kind of responding, and
I apologize for.
Oh no, it's quite all right.
Please send questions.
Yeah.
Those of you that are on Facebook, please send questions. I love the interaction between people. We need to work on something like a chat room kind of thing.
I need
sweet.
I need like not my
6 monitors.
I need 2 computers is what I need, and then I need a monitor right here just for questions that are going.
But
through.
Who's going to monitor the monitors?
Right. I did get one thing that says it sounds kind of weird, like a stupid laggy. But on my feed that I'm seeing right here on my phone, it's going 1,000 miles an hour. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe
could you the person that posted
maybe their internet speed. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say the person that posted the laggy comment on it. Could you expand on that a little
they
more?
They also said that I want a shirt. So,
you have to come on the program.
Yeah, no, Moses, we will definitely have you on the program, and we'd love to have you here.
We'll get you. Show them the glass. Put up the glass. So if you come on the program, you do get a little swag. There is the glass. You may not get the shirts. We only had 4 of them. So, but the glasses we have for any guest that comes onto our program.
Now Moses lives down in Texas, so it's a little tougher for him to, unless he's traveling through.
Yeah.
Moses, maybe we'll get you on a show up here.
We have a great
at my work.
zoo.
We have
here,
a great zoo.
So
take your kids there.
Yeah, if he's got kids,
make a trip of it. You know, he went to rigging school with me, and what a good guy. This guy's so down to earth. He brought his family up there to rigging school, and people were like, I don't know if you can do that. And it's like, they're not staying in my hotel room. I bought a whole different hotel for them.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
And
it's not on your dime.
We drove up, and we only had the company pay for the gas, and it was totally legit. While we were here, they didn't pay for the gas, and then we left, and then they paid for the gas. Well, they paid for our plane tickets. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing. So why not?
Do we need to do the Moses supposes?
Moses supposes?
His toes are roses.
Ours are roses.
Moses supposes erroneously. For Moses, he knows his toes aren't roses.
He says, I'm going to have to step up my internet. That's what he's going to say.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
I thought your internet was bomb.
Mine is.
Mine
is.
Yeah.
His.
Oh, his.
His. That's why he's getting a little bit of lag speed.
All right.
No big deal, though.
Well, Moses, I mean, you're kind of arcane there. So.
He does get on the show a lot and give us good, awesome feedback, so that's great.
Okay. Excellent.
Audio is good now, he says.
I'm going to give you a digital high five, Moses.
All right, back to the show.
Back to the best life diet.
Really,
that
was a great information. Thanks for interrupting, Moses.
Yes, a 20-minute segue into things, which is fine. We don't do tangents at all on this podcast at all.
No.
So the best life diet, again, it was popularized by Oprah, and really, it's not a diet. Man, I know I'm a lot closer than I was with the last one.
All right, so. This one's easier to drink.
I know, it is so good. So what the best life diet is, it's a multi-step program, and it starts off like, hey, we're going to get your body ready for losing weight. So we want you to eat a little bit more fiber in your diet, just so you can start to cleanse your system a little bit. And then after you do that, we're going to start having you make some healthy choices on what you eat. And we're going to start having you count some calories. And after that, then we're going to start getting you moving. We want you to go for a walk, maybe a hike, maybe go for a bike ride. And then they start amping it up. So this is not a 6-week program. This is a life choice.
Here's what it is. You want to lose weight. There's only 2 things you need to do.
Don't solve the problem yet. We haven't got there yet.
I want to say this.
I got to get this out there.
Watch what you eat and work out. If you do those 2 things, if you don't sit around eating junky food, not doing anything.
Right.
If you actually watch what you eat healthy, and work out, you're going to lose weight.
And I do want to, at the end, I kind of remember this.
Now everyone's built differently,
right.
So it'll come natural to others, and you'll lose weight quicker, faster than other people because that's just the way your anatomy works, and I get that. But if you do those 2 things, you're going to lose weight.
Yes. I do want to speak directly to that, but I want to wait till the end because there's some final thoughts that I have specifically on that one. So we're gonna put a pin in that one. So back to life, back to reality. I'm gonna just end on the types because there's so many different types of workouts or weight loss programs out there. We don't have time to go through all of them. You do a search. Like there is ridiculous amounts of stuff out there. I'm not going to get into all of them. I don't even.
I'm on to the next one.
Again, with all these types, I do want to put a caution out there. If you are into a weight loss program, I do want to caution you on malnutrition. Take a multivitamin.
Right.
Make sure you have a balanced diet.
If let's just say they're going on the no food diet, your body needs vitamin A, B, C, D. You need sunlight. Like you need all this sort of stuff
Right.
for your body to coexist with itself.
Right. You can do the water only, but yeah, your body's going to need some other stuff. So like take a multivitamin and then water. If you don't want to eat food, fine. Do the fasting with a multivitamin. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
So, and I don't want to get into the whole, well, you're going to pee out more of the multivitamin than you're actually going to absorb. Okay. At least you're trying. Okay.
So with that said,
Myths.
A type of diet, pill diet.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking a pill diet. Dr. Oz suggested Garcinia ambrosia. So I went out, I found Garcinia ambrosia on...
Say that 3 times fast.
Garcinia ambrosia. Garcinia ambrosia. Garcinia ambrosia. I found the thing on Amazon, and it was like 240 tablets for, $30, and I was like, well, that's cheap enough.
Oh, is this the one that you brought with you to northern Minnesota? When
Yeah.
we went there? Okay.
But that was another weight loss thing. That, watch out, folks, because they'll
the
drag
next best fad.
Well, yeah. The one I brought up there to Minnesota said $4 shipping and handling, and then 3 weeks later they billed me $98 because there was a auto renewal on there, and then in my bank account's like,
that's a lot more than $4.95.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't agree to none of this, and they were like, well, there was a little check mark box that was already checked for you because it's simple like that, and you should uncheck that, and then you'll be fine. And I'm like, I did not see any check mark box whatsoever. Deny. Give me my money back. So I was doing that plus the Garcinia ambrosia. I was doing both. With that said, though...
Was that like our alternative medicine? Was that like...
now you're thinking. Now you are thinking.
It's a little tie-in.
It is a little tie-in. With that said, though, I went to Minnesota. We ate a lot of fatty foods. We dined out all the time.
Well, we ate a lot of fish.
We ate a lot of fish.
The omega-3 fatty acids, they're fatty in fish, is good
Brian,
for you.
I didn't eat a lot of fish. I ate a lot of fries and bacon, like meat. I had a lot of protein in my diet.
Like we don't hear.
With that said, though, I came back and I was 10 pounds lighter, actually. So the pills, I do believe, were working.
Okay.
Now, with that said, the Garcinia ambrosia sat in my cupboard. I bought it. I used it. I quit doing it. And then I was like, hey, I'm starting to get a big gut again. I need to get back on the train again. And so I got the Garcinia ambrosia out, and then the thing on the internet, I was like, oh, I'll get that too, and I'll do both of them. Stick with it. That's the hard. That's a con right there.
Yeah.
Sticking with the
I've
program.
been on this 3 weeks and I haven't lost 180 pounds.
Right, sticking with the program is the toughest part because the Garcinia ambrosia, I had half the pills and it was doing good for me. So after it was doing good for me, I was like, wow, I lost 10, 15, 20 pounds. Great, I lost that pounds that I wanted to lose. Then I quit doing it, and then I got fat again.
Here is
you got to stick with it, folks.
Yeah. Here is something that's just a small like time frame thing. If you're thinking about getting into a program, and I like workout programs and all that, and it's not for everybody, but one of the things that stuck with me was this saying: after 1 month, your trainer will see results. Let me back up. After 1 month, you will see results. After 2 months, your trainer will see results. After 3 months, the world will see results. So that's saying, after 1 month, you're going to be like, oh, I'm starting to see things. I'm moving better. I feel better. I look better. After 2 months, it's more measurable, and your trainer's going to start seeing things. And after 3 months, the people around you are going to see results for that. So it takes a little bit of time for your body to do these.
I totally agree. But I also totally agree that when people ask me questions, I can just say it in the mic and respond to their questions.
I love
the last typing thing that I didn't type. It was that check your internet speeds, and he responded. He was like, "Oh yeah, it was my internet speed." And then I went to type some more stuff, and that was still in my queue. Like I hadn't pressed go to post it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just said it on the mic."
I just did it.
Just do that.
Yeah, way easier than typing it. I just thought it, and then I spoke it, and then it was out there.
Right.
So
cool.
Yeah,
on to the next one?
Yes, on to the next one. Could I do the Effen vodka and Sprite? I want to try that. Please and thank you. Because we haven't even gone into the Effen yet. I mean, we've done a couple of these.
Let's do one more of these and then we'll go. Because
Jeez,
then I'll.
Then
well,
make it.
I'm drinking lemonade over here. Mm-hmm. This is sparkling lemon lime.
Give me a half. Give me a half glass.
Give me Hadzy.
Halvesy, please. Yeah. Please and thank you.
Are you at the bar late night? Is this like 2 a.m.?
No,
like,
but
just give me Hadzy and I'll be out.
But like
I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah. Please and thank you for giving me a hard time. I want to get into some myths. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
On these?
Well, this would be pros and cons, right?
Myths.
Okay.
What people think. I mean, we can get into pros and cons, but I want to get into myths.
Yeah, let's do myths. I'm cool with that.
All right. Cutting calories.
Try your lemonade, by the way. First.
Oh, all right.
How about we do that?
All right. Cheers.
Yeah, lemonade. Lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's a lot sweeter.
It's lemon lime.
So what's the sugar content on that? I mean, this
zero.
Really? Oh, it's a
Everything's
artificial.
all 0, 0, 0, 0.
Artificial sweetener then.
Contains 3% juice.
Which is higher than the other one.
Carbonated water, lemon juice, natural flavoring, citric acid.
I love when they put natural flavoring in there. Yeah, what?
Green tea.
I like green tea.
Sulfate. Peroxide? No, that's not right.
It's going to bleach your hair with that.
Yellow 5. It's got yellow 5 in it, Brian.
Excellent. Well, as long as it's not red dye number 5, we're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, I don't see any. I don't see any bad stuff in here.
What's the sweetener in it? The sweetener's got to be like an artificial sweetener in there.
I don't see any.
There has to be.
There's ester gum and green tea.
Green tea is not a sweetener. Anyway,
you tell me. You tell me.
All right.
I mean, I'm reading it, but
okay. So then the myth.
Sorry,
I want to start on this myth.
Yeah, on to our next one. We are drinking again the vodka, and this is Gold Emerald, which we found at CVS pharmacies.
Sparkling lemon lime.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, in the tall skinnies.
Yeah, in the tall skinnies.
That's
and
totally a marketing thing right here. Is it just the tall skinny bottle?
So you want to hear about the marketing thing? I was drinking a Gatorade, right? Same Gatorade you always buy. You can buy 2 for $5, so they're $2.50 a piece or something like that. But if you look at the Gatorade, the bottle's the same size, right? But if you actually grab the bottom of it like this, it's indented further than it normally used to be.
As a lot of wine
which
bottles,
I'm sure saves them millions of dollars a year. But you're paying the same price for not the same amount of juice.
Okay. Sorry, I just
You found it?
No, I read something here that is throwback to our first episode.
Perfect.
Ever. The bold type there.
Oh, you can read it.
The bold type here says partially produced with genetic engineering.
Oh, boom! It did take us all the way out to the beginning.
Back to the first episode, which was GMOs.
Wow. Nice. Look at that. That's great. I'm glad I got it.
Yeah, I'm
glad I stopped at CVS.
Okay, awesome. back to myths. Because GMOs are not a myth. Cutting calories leads to weight loss. Kind of. It's partially true.
Well, here's your calorie intake. I see people shopping and they have these diet sodas that line their cart. You know how they put the 6-pack of bottles on their cart?
So here's what I want to say to diet sodas. Okay,
you're not cutting that many calories.
The sweetener in it is
artificial.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so and B, what your body does with that is it actually makes you hungrier.
Sure.
Just so you know, when you're drinking diet soda, it makes you hungrier.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the thing is. Yeah. And that's the whole thing about calories. A calorie is not a calorie. It depends on where it comes from. A protein calorie is not the same as a fructose, is not the same as a carb. So all the calories, the protein calories, increase your metabolism. So the more fish, the more meat, the more chicken.
The more the sriracha nuts you put in your mouth.
Which some nuts have protein in them.
Just saying.
The proteins are going to increase your metabolism, and the metabolism is how you process food into your body and energy into your body. Right. So it's going to increase that. Fructose, which is your sugar or artificial sugar, increases hunger. And carbs, they're not broken down as easily, so they stick with you a little longer. So is cutting calories a good thing? Yes, but you got to be careful on which calories you're cutting.
Right.
So that's what I want to say on that.
And if you want to figure this all out, just go see Jenny Craig, and she'll get you signed up for all the cutting carb. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not endorsing whatsoever. That was one of the, if I look back at like weight loss programs, that's kind of like one of the first one that's sticks out in my mind is Jenny Craig. In fact, they popped up all over the place. There used to be a Jenny Craig right there on 90th between Military and Fort Street, right over by the Shopco.
Okay.
And there's a little plaza there. You're just like, Jenny Craig, who's Jenny Craig? And you're like, oh, you gotta lose weight.
Kind of like Weight Watchers.
Yeah, just kind of like Weight Watchers. They soon followed right after that.
Which I want to get into. There's something that I want to talk to specifically on Weight Watchers here in a little bit.
Perfect.
Stay tuned.
Glad this is quite rehearsed. No, it's not at all.
The next episode. It's in the aftertalk. You're going to have to purchase that.
Boom. I like where your head's at, though. Keep going there.
Click here. Subscribe now. Here's the next myth. This is myth number 2. Eating less fat makes you lose fat.
Not true.
Nope.
Is it true?
No, it's not. Your body needs fat. Right. In moderation.
Well, you just said eating less fat makes you lose weight.
Fat. Makes you lose fat.
And so I said false.
Yes, that is correct. So
these you said no.
These are myths. So
gotcha.
All these are false.
Fake.
Yes.
Fake news.
Right. In food, fat equals flavor. So your body needs fat. So when you're looking at stuff like lean cuisine, I mentioned that earlier because it's cheaper than the Eat Fit Go.
Right.
It's like $2. Okay. But they take all the fat out of it. Why? Because, they think that fat makes you lose.
Well, you see less fat. You see 13 grams of fat, and you're like, I'm not going to have the 13 grams of fat. You want to have something with 0 fat.
Right, but here's the thing. Fat equals flavor. So how do they put flavor back into lean cuisine?
Fakely.
Look at the salt content.
Ooh,
Sodium. Look at the sodium content. It is very similar to soup.
So 13%, 24%.
It is huge.
Well, here's a test of time. You said that your Bloody Mary was very salty.
It was like a salt lick, man. Seriously, I don't want to put it down because you said it was great.
No. Let's look at the sodium inside of it.
It was.
Let's see here. Sodium, 610 grams.
Yep. Up there.
25%. Everything else is 0. 25%.
What's the serving size on that? Because you got to look at both. Not just
3 fluid ounces.
Okay. Holy crap! 3 ounces of that is a quarter of your daily intake.
Right.
Of salt,
and you just had a cup of it.
So that tells you why I thought it was a salt lick.
Right. Exactly.
Man.
So we've proved the theory of that.
Yes. Back to the eating less fat makes you lose fat. Science has evidence that says low-fat diets do not work. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Next myth. And Britt, you had spoken to this one earlier.
I did.
Egg yolks.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, eggs.
Not just specifically eggs. Egg yolks are bad for you. Oh, they're good for you. Oh, they're bad for you. Oh, okay, here's the thing. The reason they keep saying...
they're going to come out next week and they're like, oh, no, they're actually bad for you.
So, okay, here's why egg yolks...
You wanted this with the Sprite?
Sprite, please.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Here's why they say egg yolks are bad for you. Egg yolks... So there's the egg white and the egg yolk. Egg yolks are high in cholesterol. So they said high cholesterol, well, that's got to be bad for you. Hold on a second. Your body uses cholesterol. What does your body use cholesterol for? Now, again, this is all in moderation. It's used for the production of testosterone and estrogen, depending on if you're male or female. It helps regulate blood sugar, and it also helps make vitamin D. So your body needs cholesterol in moderation. So eating egg whites only, is it healthier for you? Well, I mean, don't only eat eggs. Any diet that says, hey, eat a lot of this and you're going to be better off, it's suspect.
Yeah, it's like the company went to him and was like, hey, if you tell people to eat all this,
I ate 10
then
avocados a day.
I'll give you $100,000 just to say that. Yeah, no, it's a little suspect.
Yep, a little suspect.
So Finish your lemonade up, Brian, and now we've got kind of moving on to the next
I
cocktail.
got two more myths, but yes, I do.
Two more myths?
Yeah, two more
Finish
myths.
them up. You're the one talking.
This lemonade is delicious, by the
It
way.
is. I'm gonna probably go back to that one again.
Here's one that that I hear from people: the losing fat or turning fat into muscle.
Ooh, fat weighs more than muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat.
There you go. Muscle
There.
weighs more than fat.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's denser.
Yeah.
So losing fat and turning fat into muscle, neither one of those is actually true. It's not going to happen. You're not losing fat.
Scientist.
You have fat in your body.
Yes.
It cannot turn into muscle. Fat is fat. Muscle is muscle.
Right.
It's not going to turn into it.
You're gonna have to lose fat in
Uh,
order to gain muscle.
Not necessarily lose it. What you are doing is shrinking it.
Displacing it.
Not displacing it, shrinking it.
Okay.
So you have fat in your body. You have a layer of fat under your skin.
Absolutely. That's what keeps you warm when it's
Yep,
Arctic cold
your
winters.
insulation.
Oh.
And it can grow or shrink depending on what you eat and your diet and your exercise habits and your complacency and your sedentarianism. I just made that a word. Well, being sedentary, just sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
I just made that a word. Sedentarianism.
I like it. Ooh, Brian, drink up, bro.
I know.
I know.
Sorry.
You've been slow over there. I actually have an anti-detox after we are done here, which you guys could find out if you subscribe to the After Talk, which someday we'll maybe charge for.
We haven't actually made a thing.
We
yet.
haven't done it. We're saving it. We're saving all the episodes.
So losing fat, turning fat into muscle, not a thing. What you can do, you can actually make fat smaller. So those, like when you're watching those muscle shows, the people that do like the Mr. Universe competition, they have fat on their body, but it is a lot.
Minuscule.
Right. The insulation has shrunk.
Right.
Think of it like a packing peanuts.
Right.
Okay. So do you remember when they came out with like biodegradable packing peanuts?
Yes.
Did you ever see when they like put them with water and it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, so that's similar process. Okay, let's say you have a crappy diet and you don't exercise. You got the full.
That would be great if I could just drink some water and be like,
just,
oh,
yep.
oh, I got a press interview or I got to take pictures.
As a matter of fact, Britt, in the long term, water's
the best thing for you.
like seriously.
You should be drinking almost more than half a gallon or a gallon a day.
Okay,
you should.
Okay, they say at minimum you should be drinking 8 glasses of 8 ounces.
Minimum.
Yeah,
minimum.
That's 64 ounces.
That's
is
half a gallon. That's
Yep.
what I was saying.
Yep. I'm just spelling it out.
I'll
for
agree
people.
with you.
Yep, spelling
half
it
a
out.
gallon to a gallon a day
Yeah.
is what you should be drinking.
And not all at once.
'Cause
People
your
spread
body-
it out. Spread it out through the
What's
day.
your body? 80%? Isn't it like 80%
80%
water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just do it. Just drink it.
Yep. Now
It's healthy for you. It flush out the. All right. So if your urine, we'll go right into this. If your urine is yellow, you're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Drink more water. Let's say the first pee of the day, my urine might be a little yellow.
we've been talking about poop and pee.
I'm just, it is, but it is a thing. You have to look at your poop and pee in order to know that you're doing things right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you. Do you
So my first pee, it might be a little yellow, but by lunchtime, let's just say by noon, I'm almost running clear.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking pretty clear. I'm drinking 64 ounces before lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 32 ounce bottle, and I know if I fill it twice, I've done my deed. And that's what I do.
I just want a little side note here. Just a little. It's on the same note. Just a little side tangent. I have been in the military, and they do urinalysis in the military because they just want to make sure that you're, fit, not doing drugs, that
And
kind
if
of
it's
stuff.
yellow, they'd be like, we need to get you on a program.
Well, there was one I saw that was like orange juice, and I'm like, dude, like,
What are you doing to your body?
drink water. Drink.
What are you doing to your body?
I don't care what else you hear today. Drink.
It came
water.
out like orange juice. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not right.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, yeah, that was the worst I have ever seen.
That's gross. I
Freaking
don't
gross.
even know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Your next drink should be right there.
Right.
And
What is this next one?
this is the Effen vodka that
Yeah.
you have had. And why don't you talk about the Effen vodka? Because we really
Yeah.
haven't talked about that.
It's from
Because
Holland.
we've been talking about Australia.
I know. So this one's from Holland.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
So weird. You with the Holland.
No, I imported it from Holland.
Yes.
I didn't really find out a whole lot about it other than it has cucumber. This is the Effen cucumber. vodka.
sneaky.
I know, and they have a whole lot of stuff with this one, which was cool. They have black cherry, black orange. I'm sorry, blood orange, cucumber, green apple, original, and raspberry. Those are the different kinds. This one, the cucumber, has cucumber and vanilla flavors. The interesting thing about this, we talk a lot about proofs, alcohol by volume, all that thing. Britt, I'm going to quiz you here to see if you've been listening the last 25 podcasts.
What?
What's the bare minimum for whiskey?
Damn it. 35%?
No.
40%. 40%.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah,
40% is bare minimum. Which
I'm all right.
you are
Nice,
right. Okay.
nice.
Okay, so what is 40% in proof?
80.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so this one, vodka, is 75 proof, which makes it 37.5%. So it's less, which is interesting to me because I don't know that I've ever really, other than schnapps, I don't really like hard alcohol that's less than 40 proof is interesting to me.
You know what's interesting to me? I just aced the quiz.
You did. Boom.
That's what I'm interested
I didn't
in.
even study.
No, I did. I know my liquors.
You've been listening.
I have been listening. So here's to that. And I actually have already taken a sip of this, and it's actually pretty good.
What do you mean a sip?
Maybe three. Maybe three.
Like with this, you can really
Taste the
smell
cucumber.
and smell.
Yeah.
Okay, so those
Like
are,
like if you were gonna go to a restaurant and they just drop cucumbers in the water, which is kind of a weird thing to do. But
I
I
love-
kind of like it. It's a crisp, clean taste,
but it's
to your
assertive.
water.
It's assertive. Like it's very flavorful. You
especially
taste
if
it.
you don't get a seed in your water from the cucumber. But
Which cucumber seeds are way better than lemon seeds.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I prefer cucumber water over lemon water.
Oh, absolutely.
Any day.
But it's a lot more flavorful. Like
Yeah.
you taste the cucumber
Well,
way
absolutely.
more than
Yeah.
the lemon. Way more.
Which is kind of funny that you like the cucumber water because you're not a big pickle person,
I am not.
and
I like-
cucumbers are pickles.
I
essentially.
like everything about a pickle. Everything about it. I love cucumbers. Love cucumbers. Dill. I love garlic and vinegar. When you put them all together, though, just not a
Just-
fan. And I think, you know what it was? Grandma
It's
gave...
put in the giant.
Well, no.
No, I'm just
so mom and dad said grandmother gave me a pickle when I was teething. And I'm wondering if it's a psychological thing.
Could be absolutely built into your train of thought.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hypnosis.
I need to like pickles. Right? Pickles are staple of society.
Exactly.
You need to love these things.
Oh, I love pickles. I love pickles.
Well, and you know, the only pickle I've ever been able to eat.
But I love cucumbers, and I love all that is to making pickles.
Well, Mitzi makes a sweet pickle, and that is the only pickle
Well,
I've
there
ever been able to eat.
there's a sweet, not sweet. What is it called?
Whatever.
Not sweet sour pickle. Oh,
That'd be weird.
No,
Like a
that
sweet sour
stuff.
pork?
Yeah,
sweet sour pickle.
sweet sour pickle.
I want to get back to this drink.
Yes.
Very high cucumber flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if anybody has
I actually
had
kind of like it.
cucumber infused water,
This in the well, we had this prior to the show, and we had this with the Bloody Mary, and it was just like
It was
both
terrible.
both you and I were like,
terrible.
no. And I'm a Bloody Mary man. I when I take flights on planes, that's it. I do a Bloody Mary. That's it.
really.
Yeah, every flight I do. It's JD Rhodes.
I know JD.
Yeah, him and JD started me on this thing. He's like, just do a Bloody Mary. He's like, you'd be the coolest man on the plane. You're just doing your thing, and like, you study, and you're like, I'll take a Bloody Mary. And they're like, you're the one drinking at 7 a.m. I'm like, well, I'll take a Bloody Mary.
It's noon somewhere.
it's like noon. Like, leave me alone. Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't judge me.
Exactly. Don't judge me. But sometimes it's 3:00 in the afternoon, and you're having a Bloody Mary on the plane. It's. But I. With that said, of all the Bloody Marys I've had on planes, I've probably only paid for half of them because
They're like,
they're like, one guy had one shot. It's like no big deal, and they don't even charge me for it. Now you fly United. United's like, I'm gonna swipe your card before you even order that.
Yeah.
But on the other planes,
and I'm charging you a gratuity on
exactly.
top of that. Yeah,
especially Southwest. Southwest is cool as hell. They're just,
yeah.
they send me drink coupons all the time.
The atmosphere on that is
they're just cool.
I do want to talk a little bit about packaging because we talked about that a little bit with the Bombora.
I don't want to hear about your package.
No, packaging.
Packaging.
So we talk about packaging on this, on the way it looks and all that. We have the wave on here because Bombora means...
Well, the cucumber looks like a cucumber.
Well, but like this,
green.
I love, like, feel this. That's, like, the grip on it is really cool. I mean, they actually tapered
Are you gripping the vodka like this?
Seriously, Britt. They tapered the bottle.
It's like an eraser. It's kind of like an eraser.
I know,
kind of thing.
but they tapered the bottle for that. That's like a little extra. I mean, they didn't have to do that, but it's pretty
They
cool.
could have put it on the outside.
Yeah,
and
but each one of
it would have
these
bubbled out a little bit.
each one of these labels is a different color, so you can easily see what you're getting. So it's pretty cool.
And it's made out of plastic. Actually, this could come off the bottle.
And
see that? You see that?
I do.
You could use it as
And I got
a
this.
koozie.
I got this at a family fair, and this is they had a huge.
Wow, family fair.
Do you remember when I sent
Family
you the
fair
text?
actually has good prices.
Do you remember the when I said they had a huge sale? I think I picked this up for $7
Nice.
for a fifth of vodka. $7.
So Andrew, who's been on our show for a Beer Me,
once when did you get him back on here?
We've talked about that. He has a family fair literally behind his house. He just like literally, you could walk there. Like remember back when I used to work live at the
Penny Park Apartments.
Yeah,
the Hy-Vee.
Like the Hy-Vee was, I could throw a stone at it and hit it. Like that was the best thing. Like you didn't have to get your car out. If you were going for a lot of groceries, take another person with you just so you had extra hands. But that was the best, just living behind a grocery store because you just didn't have to worry about going to the grocery. Like
We're out of something.
Where I'm here,
I will walk over.
Here I'm only 3 minutes away from a grocery store. I can be to the grocery store and back in about 9 minutes. I can. There, I could be to the grocery store and back in about 3.5 minutes. It's just that close.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got one more myth here, and then we can move on to the talk.
Yeah. Pros and cons. We haven't even touched it.
No, we haven't even. And we got time.
We got all the time in the world.
Eating more often will help with fat loss. It is a myth, but it depends on your caloric intake. That's what I'm going to go with. Studies have shown that the number of meals doesn't really affect fat loss. It comes down to total calories per day. So the smaller meals will help you shrink your waistline, like we had talked about earlier, aiding in a smaller waist size. But it depends on the caloric intake.
I do want to just say one thing from Moses Supposis.
His toes are roses.
He says, I was at a restaurant and they brought me a cucumber, orange, lime, lemon, and strawberry infused water. That's too much going on there. I'm sure it was phenomenal. Like, I'm sure you tasted all of those flavors. And that's kind of the new thing is infusing your water with a lot of different things. In fact, Mom has a pitcher that has a little inlet that you could just fill with whatever you wanted to, set that in the water, and then it doesn't like spill into the water, but you're getting all those flavors.
That's interesting. You know who bought that for her?
You?
Me.
I'm like, not me. You?
Yep. Totally did. Yeah. I saw that. I was like, that's totally Mom.
Nice. No,
yeah.
But it was at a restaurant. He said it was fancy.
That's fancy.
It's fancy.
Yes, it's very fancy. All right. I didn't have notes on pros to cons.
I kind of do.
All right. Well, let's do it. Knock it out.
All right. So let's do
on your hypercolor notes.
On my here, folks.
Just
take a look at that.
Yeah, super awesome.
It's kind of it says making your day, and then there's a little heart for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's perfect for making notes.
They're
pocket sized.
What had happened was, as I left my flip chart of notes that I normally take notes on in Guyver's room, my son, and he had gone off to bed. And so I was like, oh, cool, Mom, wife's in bed. Oh, look at you.
That's for you, bud. Keep it in your back pocket.
Nice.
I just handed Britt a little tiny notebook that you can put in your back pocket.
I love it. So write that down.
Write that down. I will. I have something. If only I had a pen.
So yeah, I left my thing in Guyver's room to write stuff down on, and I was like, he's sleeping, my wife's sleeping. I'm like, I walked around the house. I did a once around the house, and then I went into Carly's bedroom, and this was sitting in one of her things. I was like, yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah.
It's color coded. It's like
A, B, C, D.
Exactly. So
I
watched. With this said, take this with a grain of salt, because I watched women, not men, just women, say these things about pros and cons about weight loss, and these women had lost 100 plus pounds. So they've got it. They understand what's going on with weight loss. They've done the programs, they've followed through with stuff, and they have lost 100 plus pounds. So good for them.
Can I interject a little bit here? Because
Sure.
there's one thing, when I'm thinking on the weight loss programs, there is something that we didn't ever mention that is something that is a growing popularity.
Moses wanted to say it was on a tray, so you could choose what you wanted infused in your water.
Okay. Not all at once.
But that's cool. I mean, that's
very cool.
That is fancy.
Did they have like shots of the water? Because that would have been like a.
Oh, no. I don't like the strawberry. Ooh, the melon, though. The melon is really nice.
Like a flight of water.
That is really good.
This is a fancy place. How much is the steak? What? Anyway, so what I wanted to mention before we get into the pros and cons, because there was one thing that I did not mention in the types.
I'm going to let you run with it, and I'm going to use the restroom.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure. I'm going to tell you what color my pee is after this.
Thank you? Question mark. Something we didn't mention with the types, and it's growing in popularity only because we are getting into the modern society here. The surgery, and it's the staple surgery. I have a friend that has gone through this surgery before, and he has done the stomach stapling surgery. And what's interesting with this is forever in your life, you are bound to multivitamins and keeping a vitamin regimen on hand, just so you are not malnutrition. What this surgery does is it staples a portion of your stomach. And if you think about your stomach as a whole, what causes the excess protrusion in your stomach is if you eat heavier meals, large meals, go to buffets, whatever, it's going to extend your stomach out. The stomach stapling surgery just like staples like a small portion of your stomach. So really you're eating, what you can eat is like a glass. Picture.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about here.
Okay, and I have a friend that's gone through this, so I know.
It's interesting because it really limits what you want to intake.
Right. Yeah, like you get full fast because like I can eat like
teaspoon of sugar makes I'm full.
Yeah, and done. So,
Right.
Like literally. And I was what I had mentioned before was like you are forever on like a vitamin regimen.
Yeah, pretty much.
For life.
Pretty much.
Because you cannot eat much. That being said,
you lose a lot of weight.
You do.
And
like initially you do.
That's what you're looking to do.
Yep. And the friend that I have that has gone on this and done this, like he's gained some back.
That was good.
I know.
The cucumber.
It's very prevalent. The cucumber is very, very prevalent.
I just finished that off.
Yeah. The friend that I have that's been on this, he had the surgery done and he lost like a ton of weight and he looked fantastic. The thing with your stomach is it can expand.
Yes.
So after the stomach stapling surgery, it can expand from that. So you have to be careful because you can make it bigger again. So you're going to gain some of the weight back. He still looks great. He's gained some of the weight back, but he still looks fantastic. I don't know that is like a extreme measure going to surgery doing this.
So I you just brought to mind my friend Ben.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
So
how's he doing?
well, here's the thing. So Ben was big. Ben got
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
You know, he was into computers and gaming, and then he was running a facility that was with computers, and he got big, and he came to me. He's like, Britt, you know, like I need to get fit, and at the time. Not that I'm still not like awesomely awesome, and I have pecs and
sucking in.
but I was swimming, and you know, we were at Champions Club. You know, I was a pro at Champions Club. I was on Team Nebraska, all this sort of stuff, and he just wanted to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Ben, all right, you want to work out? You know, come up here to Champions Club, and we'll work out. And so one day he's like, all right, Brett, let's do this. Let's go to Champions Club. So I showed him. I got him on the treadmill. Mm-hmm. You know, I was like, all right, let's just like do this. Like, let's do this for about 5 minutes. And 5 minutes later, he's like, man, I'm sweating a little bit. I said, all right, so you're kind of trotting at like 3 miles an hour.
Your heart rate's going.
Mm-hmm. And I just went over to the treadmill and went, boop, 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 and turned him up from 3 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now he's got
you said, no, that was 5. You said it was 5 minutes, right?
5 minutes on just a slow jog, 3 miles an hour, like no
Yep.
big deal. And I turned him up to 7. I was like, boop, 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 boop. And now he's running. I'm like, all right, you know. And he ran for 1 minute, and then I turned it back down to 3, you know. And then I said, cool off for a minute, you know. Boop, 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 boop. After that minute,
11.
Yeah, a minute. I took him up 11. To 8, you know, nice. And then brought him back down to 3, and then took him up to 9, took him down to 3, and then took him up to 10, took him down to 3. I'm like, how you feeling? He's like, I'm out of breath. I'm like, I know you are.
Yes.
Let's go hit the weights.
Yeah.
So then we went and hit the weights, right? And so we went and hit the weights, and I was showing him like just start off small and work your way big, and he was doing really good for himself. He took on the program real well. What I didn't know was going to happen was that I told him that he could just come up to the club and he could work out whenever he wanted to. And it just gave him a place that he could go and hang out and work out the things that he needed to work out. Well, I told him he could just go and just work out. It's just an open facility. Anyway, he started going, and I left for Montana, like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks later. And I left for Montana for a year or so. And I come back, and he's all thin. And he kept going this whole entire time while I was up in Montana, and got super thin. He was all on his own, and he stuck to the regimen that I kind of stuck with him. Like, even though it hurts, just keep pushing on. And he kept pushing on and pushing on. And I came back from Montana, and he was like super thinner. He'd been going to Champions Club this whole time.
Nice.
I didn't even know. And he got thin because of that.
Nice.
I know. I'm like, well, I'm glad I could show you this club. I'm glad I could get you onto this fitness program. I'm glad I could tell you just go up to Champions and just go work out. If you need to work out, you need to work out. What you need to do is you need to work out in your own space. You need to find your way of working out.
No judgment zone.
No judgment zone. Nobody was in there to critique him. He did this all on his own. I showed him this one little program, left for Montana, was gone for a year, and then I came back and he was super thin.
If you
awesome. That's awesome. That's dedication.
If you can,
he wanted to get thin.
That's the main thing. And if you can find
if you want to get thin, you're gonna get thin.
Yeah.
Do it.
If you can find,
make it a mindset.
Yeah. If you can find the line that you think is like this arbitrary line that you need to cross, and then I'll be good. And you cross that line, and then you're like, oh, I can move it here. That line, it's like I said, arbitrary. But you need to set it to a realistic goal for you, for your personal use. What I want to get into, I mean, we had talked about weight loss programs here, and we've gone through the different types. We've gone through myths. But what I want to get into is current trends here lately.
I just want to respond again to Moses is awesome, and I'm glad that he keeps talking to us online. He says his mom went through.
It's like you're almost here, Moses.
Gladic. What are you? Am I not reading this right?
Just let me see.
Glastic. Okay. That's is he not saying that right? Right on the bottom.
Oh, it moved, but that's all right. Gastric bypass.
Yeah.
That's
with the guys, gastric bypass.
Yep.
Gastric
makes you super sick. Yep. It is a super hard lifestyle choice. But even after you make that choice, it's like you got to be with the program. Otherwise, you can stretch your stomach again and just gain the weight back. You got to be careful with it.
Like I said, my friend Ben.
Thank you for Moses. Thank you for. I did not do the staples or the stomach stapling surgery.
Yeah. I kind of took over, and then you had to go.
Well,
pee.
it's gastric bypass.
By the way, my pee was actually pretty darn clear, but
X.
with a lot of bubbles, which makes me think I've got some sodium inside my life.
Sodium or carbonation?
Carbonation. Isn't carbonation sodium?
No,
sodium carbonate.
It is not.
Carbonate.
No.
Sodium, no. I don't know. Anyway, on to our next drink.
Well, yes. So what I want to talk about though is current trends. We've talked a lot about what
You have a choice, though.
I do.
Do you want sparkling pineapple coconut?
I have pineapple.
Pineapple coconut. Or do you want sparkling kiwi strawberry?
Let's go with the pineapple. That seems festive.
Yeah, right.
All right. So here's some current trends that are interesting. And this is not from me. This is from the New York Times, actually. They came out with an article called Losing It in the Anti-Dieting Age. And this came out fairly recently. You can look it up. Again, New York Times. It's the article. The title is Losing It in the Anti-Dieting Age. There is more of a recent focus on fitness and wellness, not dieting. Some of that is marketing. Some of that is more lifestyle choice.
I see what road you're going down. We haven't done my pros and cons yet, but we'll get there.
No. Okay, yeah. Yes, let's get into that after this because I just have a couple more things on that. So turn to, like we had mentioned before, Weight Watchers. Britt, you had mentioned Jenny Craig. I want to mention Weight Watchers. They saw January for a lot of diet companies is like the Shangri-La. Like what happens in January is going to set us up for the rest of the year.
No, not so much. It'll tail off by March.
Yeah. So what happened, and I think this study came out in 2015. What happened in January?
So it's so accurate.
It's
2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's not that long ago, really.
Just saying. A lot's changed since then.
It has, but what happened in January of 2015, Weight Watchers, they were like waiting. They're like, okay, here comes the guys. Here comes the people. And
they didn't come.
Nothing happened. And they're like, oh, crap. January came and went, and nobody came. And they're like, we have a board of directors meeting coming up in February. What do we do? So these new diets, what they're doing is they are rebranding themselves. They don't call it a diet anymore because people are tired of diets. They don't want
supplement.
They don't know. They don't want the next diet. They don't want the next best thing. They don't want the next, hey, you're going to lose 15 pounds in 15 minutes.
It's 15 pounds in a week, Brian.
They are
Sorry, we went over this earlier.
I know you did. Yeah. So what the people are fine with is lifestyle choices,
lifestyle changes.
Yes. So Weight Watchers was a diet program, is now a lifestyle program.
Uh-huh.
So they've rebranded themselves, and that's
all right. So with that said, in my pros is lifestyle.
Okay.
So a pro
in general,
a pro of that is you buy good food, you eat good food.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's explain what is good food.
Farmers market. You go to the farmers market and have the freshest of the picks. You don't eat the process of the food of the stuff you get at a store. let me restate that. A lot of people like to buy organic. All food's organic. all
not necessarily, but
all
yes.
vegetables are organic. Now, whether you're growing,
Not all vegetables are organic. No, we went through this in the GMO talk.
okay, yeah, all right. Let me
Back up
Let
here.
me back up
Yeah.
here. Let me try to redo that. It's a lifestyle change. You're probably gonna spend more money on food. You will. It's a
Yep.
lifestyle change because you're trying to buy the better food. Not all right. So for $5, I can get a Happy Meal and a burger and some fries and a Diet Coke and but for $10 you can buy a head of lettuce. Like it's a different lifestyle change. You're
I can actually speak to this because what I do.
the head of lettuce didn't cost $10.
No, it did not.
It was also the bag of carrots and some potatoes.
So for me,
Eat healthy.
there
It
is
costs more to eat healthy.
it
does.
Okay, here's the thing. I know a lot of you are crunched for time, and in my business, there are days that go by where it's like, if I don't eat Burger King, if I don't run through a drive-through Jimmy John's, I don't eat today.
You want to talk about crunch time? I want to have my health pills that I eat before each meal, and I'll get ready, and I have half an hour before I've got to exit the house. So I'm like, I got to do this and take a shower, and then I usually have myself sausage, egg, a biscuit. I put that in the microwave, for me to take on my way to work. And then while I'm eating it in the car, I go, crap, I didn't take my pills.
The number of days
sometimes I forget.
the number of days you eat breakfast probably outweighs the number of days
I would rather eat breakfast than have a very large dinner. I'd rather eat breakfast.
And that is a very good, I wish I ate more breakfast. But here's the thing.
I try to have a breakfast in the morning. I try to.
There are days where I'm like, I have no idea what the day is going to encompass, and I may have 15 minutes for lunch.
Here, take that last sip.
I may have 15 minutes for lunch. And what do you do? For me,
sometimes I don't get lunch, Brian.
There are many days that I do not get lunch. But if I have 15 minutes, you can spend 15 minutes in a drive-through. You can spend 15 minutes in a drive-through easily, or you can pop into a grocery store real quick, park up front, especially if it's off hours, like you're not going in over lunch. You can get fresh fruit. You can get a really high protein drink at any grocery store. And
with that said, you can buy fresh fruit. You want fresh fruit cut up. It's going to cost you more.
It will, but if you have 15 minutes, it'll cost you less than a Happy Meal. I can
guarantee it.
Yep. Guarantee. I can almost effing guarantee.
We have switched, Brian. I'm glad you went that. I'm just let's go with regular vodka.
Right.
Cucumber was great, but
it was.
You don't want cucumber. You don't want cucumber with a pineapple coconut.
To me, what I want to equate cucumber to is kale. Cucumber and kale are very assertive flavors. The Effen cucumber vodka, if you want cucumber, it's a very good way to go.
It's a very good way to go if you're going to want to do cucumber and vodka.
But it's heavy cucumber.
All right. So, pros. Weight loss. Yeah. That's
okay. Let's
total pro with weight loss.
Let's read it. Are we going weight loss programs, pros and cons?
Pros and cons.
In general,
a pro would be weight loss.
You lose weight.
Yeah, you lose weight. You get more energy. You aren't winded just going up the staircase anymore. Mm-hmm. You have more energy if you are doing these weight loss programs.
Yeah, I know a lot of these
You're healthier. You aren't sitting down eating a bag of chips. You're saying, I'm going to eat my broccoli rather than that bag of chips.
That's more of a lifestyle choice.
Lifestyle's the sixth one down.
Sorry to jump ahead.
You look better. You don't look like, sorry to say this, a bag of lard. You know, you don't look fat. You are getting thinner. You're working on your weight loss.
Jonah Hill.
Right. Jonah Hill. That would be great. He was a fat actor when he first started, and he lost
Super bad.
Exactly.
Great actor.
One of the things the girls brought to my attention is buying smaller sizes in the store. So they're not going up and buying the triple XL and the double XL anymore.
Yeah.
Now they're buying the mediums and the smalls. It's self-confidence. That would be another pro. You get confidence.
To that, I have been to different restaurants because, like I said, there are times
You could have a healthy choice meal.
I may not even have 15 minutes to get a meal. Like I have 5, and I want to run through a drive-through real quick. So there are times that happens, and I try and counterbalance that with working out. However, a medium at Taco Bell is not the same as a medium at Taco John's. It's not the same
no, it's
as,
not. Absolutely not.
Like, seriously.
Mediums are totally different.
Like, I have ordered a medium, and I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking gargantuan. And there's other mediums you're like, oh, that's
perfect. That's
not
actually
bad.
a decent size I wanted.
Yeah. So, they play games with the sizes.
Another pro would be feeling better about eating. So, you eat less, but you feel better about what you're eating. You know what I mean? Because you're eating the broccoli and you're eating the carrots and you're eating healthier things. You
Okay.
feel better about eating.
Okay.
Because you're not eating the Cheetos and you're not eating the Easy Mac and you're not eating the fries. You're eating better.
I want to get into...
So weight loss programs, that would be a pro.
It is, but I
So
want
let's get into the cons.
All right.
Let's just do that. Tough to follow through with programs. It is.
the time frame.
The time frame.
Hold on, time out.
What
is this?
hold on.
What did you make me, Britt?
It's good, isn't it? This is just. We went back to the regular old vodka that we've been drinking all night. The Bombora vodka.
I taste some coconut in here.
That's right. This is sparkling pineapple and coconut.
All right.
Yeah, no, you remember the coconut we had before?
In the closet?
The coconut.
Sorry.
No, the coconut.
That's an inside
rice
joke.
wine. Remember that?
Yes. Tasted like suntan lotion.
It did. It was gross.
Can you lick somebody on the beach?
But
That's
this
what it
is
tastes like.
so much better.
Yeah.
This is so much
way better. Okay, so Britt, you're still doing pros and cons, but I do want to jump in here.
Let me have 2 more cons, and then
All right.
you can go ahead.
All right.
So rapid weight loss increases skin. So
Wait.
So
Explain that. Explain that.
Explain that. I will. So there's these rapid weight loss programs. Lose 20 pounds in 10 days. So 20 pounds in 10 days. Let's just say you do it for 40 days. You've lost 40 pounds in 40 days. You're going to have extra skin because you're losing it so quickly.
Depending on your age. How long have you been fat? Are you younger? Are you older? I mean, there's a lot of factors into that, really.
This is all, like I said, there's more women talking about this than men.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going off of the women's standard right now of all these pros and cons.
Skin.
I'm just saying that the women are more vocal than the men, maybe because they have more time, because the men are at work, and the women have time to do the YouTube videos and all that sort of stuff.
I think our society places more value on the way women look, and that's just why there's more diet.
That was another
programs
thing.
for
They were talking, and they were like, I was interested in this man, and we dated for a while, but then he broke up with me, but then I got all thin, and he saw me, he's like, damn girl, you cute. I'm like, I'm the same person. Like, as I was fat, as I'm thin, I'm the same person. And so that was their thing. But the more rapid weight loss program that you get on, the more flab you're going to get, which you're going to want to take off or surgery out. You know what I mean?
I would say with any weight loss program, like if you've always been heavy,
if you want to dramatically lose skin or dramatically lose weight, you are gonna have some baggy skin. You will, because you're doing it so quickly. If you do it not so quickly, if you get on the Jenny Craig program, maybe the Jenny Craig program doesn't make you lose weight as fast as these other programs.
You know what I'm going to bring up, Britt?
A pill that you would take, and then ultimately you were just thin.
Britt, there's something you're not thinking of here.
What's that?
Women that are pregnant.
And I blame that all on genetics.
Well, you blame pregnancy on genetics?
I blame women that want to get thin because after pregnancy they are fat. I blame that on genetics.
I'm going to go that's a factor, but I'm going to go with no on that. Please explain your end.
So my end is so you're pregnant, okay? I get that. Cool. You need supplements for your body for your child. Cool. You need to eat whatever you wanted to eat. That's fine, and that's totally cool. I don't want to mess with your hormones. I don't want to get into that rat race of what I can't deny you and what you can't take into your body. And that's fine. Go ahead, eat whatever you want. But after you've had that child, right? After you've done your business of having that child, now you're looking to lose weight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And all women are trying to lose weight after they have the child.
Mm-hmm.
But their mindset and the way they've been eating, it's like, I used to devour a half a bag of Cheetos on the couch. Well, you can't do that anymore.
The baby wanted Cheetos.
Exactly. The baby wanted Cheetos. So that's why I'm eating the Cheetos. I'm like, the baby's been out of you for a month, baby. You can't. There's, you know, that's your psyche. Your psyche.
Can I speak to that?
Ooh, psyche. I'm glad I brought that up.
Can I speak to that specifically?
Sure.
Okay. Women, the ones that are listening to this podcast, you're listening to two dudes. All right. So
two dudes at the same time.
Here's the thing with pregnancy. Guys want kids. Okay. That's just, we do. If you get married, most of us want kids. If you want to, if you've been heavy all your life and you're wanting to lose weight because of a weight loss program or because you just want to feel better about yourself, fine, do that. But those that have gone through pregnancy, those are battle scars. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Totally agree. Can you retain your original body after pregnancy?
Yes.
Yes.
No, absolutely. My wife did.
She did. Okay.
My wife did. My wife, but when my wife was thin, my wife was thin before she went into pregnancy.
Your wife is the 1%. Okay, Britt.
She's the 3%. She's the 3%.
Not even. I'll give her 2.5. Do I hear two? Do I hear two? Okay.
Vodka will tell me 2.5.
So, most women that go through pregnancy, they want to lose the weight. But when they do, they find, it's not fitting back in the spaces that it normally did. It just,
Brian, you're going down a road that I didn't even want to go down. But go right ahead.
But it's real.
It is real.
This is seriously, this is like real stuff.
No, I agree.
Pregnancy happens. Women get big. Don't put on the blinders.
The blinders.
Don't put on the blinders, man. Seriously, this thing happens. And then,
but I was always this big. You're like, no, you weren't.
Society
No, you weren't.
wants you to fit back into this mold. Not those are battle scars, man. Okay, you had a cesarean section. Fine. Okay, you have scars on your belly. Okay, you just carried a human
in your body.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
If you want to lose a little weight from that, but the scars don't go away, okay, don't worry about it.
It's
Seriously.
It's a lifestyle. It's a life decision. It's the way you want to be, Brian. If you want to lose weight because you had a child, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not for it if you want to stay the same way you are.
Mm-hmm. Those that want to get back to the pre-pregnancy weight, I would say this to you.
Good luck.
Yeah, seriously, good luck. You are older. You've had a small human come out of your body.
Yeah.
Those that do not expect some changes in your body, you need to drop them like a bad habit. Seriously. oh, you used to be so thin. I had a small human come through me.
Twice, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice.
Really? Yeah. Guys, seriously. Have a little freaking decorum on that one.
Brian, we're getting close to the end of this talk.
I've got final thoughts left.
Let's do it. I want to hear the final thoughts.
Well,
in fact, I actually have one more. Brian,
you had pros and cons, and you said like two of them.
Oh, two of my cons.
Pros and cons.
Well, I did a lot of pros. Weight loss, more energy, healthier, better looking, buying smaller sizes, lifestyle changes, feeling better about eating. Cons, following through with programs that I got with that one. Rapid weight loss and skin. That's kind of where we were ending it. I've actually heard from many of women hair loss. My wife
after pregnancy. Okay, here's the thing.
My wife doesn't lose. She's not in any weight loss program. She does her jumping jacks in the morning and pinwheels and push-ups and whatever the hell she wants to do.
Oh wait, hold on. You got to do some of these.
But she's always losing hair, so I don't know. I don't get this weight loss thing.
Okay, can I speak to that one? Because we actually
want to speak to weight loss?
No,
or to hair loss.
Because we just talked about that tonight.
Perfect.
So my wife has.
Brian, are you trying to lose weight?
I do have hair loss.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Ouch, baby. Ouch. We had just talked about that tonight, and women that are pregnant that have a child, FYI, expect some hair loss. And if you look on the internet, it's going to say 4 to 6 months. It's more like 8 to 12. Just FYI for hair loss.
Use the right shampoo
after you have a baby. You have so many nutrients, especially if you're This is more specifically for those women that are breastfeeding. Ooh. You are losing a lot of nutrients in your body.
Look at that.
That's almost unnatural color-wise.
Like slimy.
So the women that are breastfeeding, you will lose some hair.
You will.
It's just going to happen. Sorry, when you brush the comb through your hair and it looks like a freaking cat just threw up in your brush. It's gonna.
I like the reference, the cat.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, totally. It's gonna happen. And they say 4 to 6 months. It's more like 8 to 12. I'm just gonna let you know, and it's fine with those that know, that are in the know. The guys that are in the know, that should be okay with this happening. And I like your pink slip there.
I got a pink slip.
All right, go ahead, Britt.
You want to hear this?
I do.
All right. So
kind of.
This comes from a fat lady who you could say fat. It's not degrading. She was fat, and now she's thin. But she said back when she was fat,
you got this off the internet, so it must be true, right?
She feels like a jerk not eating birthday cake. So she's like. Birthdays happen like every third day when I was fat, and it was really tough because I was going through this weight loss program, and like every third day there was a birthday. She's like, I feel like a jerk not eating birthday cake. It's a true thing. I almost feel bad like when Kaitlyn has a birthday and we go for cake, and I'm like, I'm okay with cake, and they're like, like, really? You don't want cake? This is like we bought this cake for this event, and Britt, and I'm like,
Britt, think about when Kaitlyn's birthday is.
The 4th of July.
It's also the birth of the nation,
right?
If you're not eating cake and
watching fireworks, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
I threw that out there in just a of events, but and I would never turn down cake because I'm not a jerk. But some fat people, that's weighs on their mind. They go, I'm going through this weight loss program. I'm trying to do good for my body. And my cousin, my aunt, my brother, anybody in their family has this birthday. And they go, I'm okay with birthday cake.
What about people that just don't like sweets?
They don't. Well, they just don't.
I am not as, for me, I'm not a sweet snack
Neither
person.
am I, but cake's cake.
Honestly, if it's gonna be cake, can it be ice cream cake?
Ooh, I'd love myself some ice cream cake.
You give me some ice cream cake, I will
eat it.
I'm down for ice cream cake, but I am not a cake,
Cake.
like a carb cake. You know, I'm not. I'm not a big carb cake kind of.
Neither am I.
And it's not because of a lifestyle.
But
it's
why?
Just,
but why did this lady who lost 140 pounds feel bad about herself when she didn't eat the cake? That's where I'm just trying to see the mindset of the fat person.
Wait a minute. Did you say she weighed 140 pounds?
She lost 140 pounds.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no, if she weighed 140 pounds and was like,
seriously,
no,
dude? Like,
she lost 140
okay,
pounds.
all right.
Now she's like 210, like, yeah, I'm like, but she was 140. Now you're talking 390, whatever.
That's significant.
It's a significant loss. Good for her, you know, but she felt bad about eating cake.
All right. Don't. I mean, I'm not a sugar kind of snack person.
Well, it all depends on where you get it from as well. Like, is this
is it okay to cheat? Yes.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
absolutely. If you've done 5 days of awesomeness, 1 day of cheat, whatever, you know, that's you.
Yeah.
But if you've done
cheat day is a thing.
one day of good things, and then you're like, oh, cake tomorrow, you really haven't done your
Taco
justice.
Tuesday on Monday
and Wednesday
Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. You're not doing it right. You're not doing you're not doing your diet right.
Right.
Diet right.
All right.
Gosh, remember Diet Right?
Yes, I do remember Diet Right. Oh, thanks for throwing a wrench in this. We're going to go with soda is horrible for you.
Soda, don't drink Diet Right. That is not the good thing. There was like 120 proof in that thing.
Oh, man. I want to do final thoughts on this. We're running over, like, we're getting close to 2 hours.
We're 105 minutes. We're past 90 minutes for sure.
Final thoughts on this. We all want to be healthy.
Yes.
Honestly.
Do you? If you want to do a program and you want to get fit and you want to be strong about yourself.
Can I talk about some help here that's going to, like, be helpful to people?
Do you, Brian? If you want to get fit and you want to get strong and you want to get healthy, it's all about you. It's nobody else. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You're going to do it yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I add to that?
Sure.
Groups create accountability.
I agree to that as well. I agree to that.
All right.
Because somebody will hold you accountable for something.
So what worked for me, and it may not work for everybody.
But the Ben story, I mean, like,
I know, but
I'm like, man, I came back and you were like, you're still doing the same thing I was doing when I left? Awesome.
When I was really trying to watch my weight, and I'm getting back into that, but what really worked for me was a diary or a journal. And I don't mean that in a, like, hey, here are my feelings, here's what I'm thinking for today. The journal is more of a, here was my caloric intake. And if you monitor that and you put that into a chart, or you actually document what you actually intake per day, what you will find is, hey, I'm within the program, or I'm not fitting within the program. But it's a really good example of keeping yourself in check. And I found that out personally. I've done that personally. Like, when you think of the food that you intake, you may think that you're eating healthy. Just put the calorie content on there. And whether it be fruit or a wrap or a sandwich or a burger or a pizza or whatever, put it on there and find out what you're actually eating during a day. And it's amazing what you will find is, oh, crap. When I thought I was eating healthy, when I add the calories up together, not so much. I thought I was doing good, but not so much. The journal is where I was going.
I was listening the whole time, Brian. Yep. I could hear in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But here's what it is. In the bathroom, my pee is clear.
Excellent. I'm glad.
No. That's a big deal. Look at your pee after you pee. No, I'm 100% serious. Because if you're way yellow, you're vitamin deficient.
You're peeing a lot of stuff out, sugars and
Right.
vitamins. Yeah, you're
That
peeing
means
on
when I pee clear and I see my pee is clear, then I'm doing something right. I've balanced my body well enough for things to happen. Right.
True.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a dietary program inside of myself.
Yeah. It's a way to monitor what your
Levels
intaking.
in my body.
Absolutely. Another way to monitor what you're doing, the food pyramid.
Oh. I want to hold this first food pyramid up.
Do you know when that is? Do you know when that came out? That first food pyramid? That's the one we all grew up with, right? Do you know when that came out, Britt?
1982, 3?
92. So
92. Wow, I was close.
You're close. So it's the one we all grew up with, right? The USDA, it came out that. Here's the new one. This one came out in 2005.
I'm very confused with this one.
It just shows you the
The mountain climb to the staircase.
yeah, not so much a pyramid as to just a, like, balanced diet.
Well, it looks like a pyramid.
Yeah.
Like the other one did.
Here's the newest one, and it's all on food portions. So
This is. I gotta really zoom
get
this
that
one
in there. And these are all from the USDA.
Oh my gosh! So
It's so close. That's all.
So close. All right,
That's all I got.
Hold
on
on.
this.
If we're gonna hold these things up, we'll just hold this one up.
Ugh, Britt, really?
I don't know.
So, like, things change, but, like, honestly, it's all on, like, just having a balanced diet.
It's getting with a group and following a plan and making sure that you deal with meals that are good for your body. We want to make sure that you follow in line with a program. These programs that we've actually talked about tonight, a vegan diet, let me actually pull my notes back up here. Weight loss in 15 pounds in a week, 7-day diet, cabbage diet, raw food diet, vegan diet, the Asian diet, 8-minute, 7-minute, 6-minute, 5-minute workout. We all know those workouts. Those are things that you need to stick with. If you're going to start something, follow through with what you do. There's been so many people out there that just have given, and that was one of my cons, is that in my cons is following through with the program. If you can't follow through with the program, then you're not doing it right. It's your choice. You can do what you want to do. But if you can't follow the program, then you're at a loss. There's programs out there that will make you lose weight. They will. Just follow it.
Right.
And it's the toughest thing to go, I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to do what this program says.
But I don't want you to follow the next fad.
Don't follow the next fad. What was the fad we started off with? Don't eat anything.
Well,
I mean,
like, seriously, like fasting.
Fasting.
As long as you're not doing it for an extended period of time, like the intermittent fasting is actually healthy for you. And that's been proven. Like, okay, so the United States just celebrated 241 years. Okay, this fasting has been around for almost 2,000 years. So it's not something that's just a fad. It's something that's well done on that. Those of you that are watching, sorry, little things going on behind the scenes. What I want to say to you, Britt, on the final thoughts on this. When you make healthier choices,
which we are about to drink on right now.
Yeah. For vodka, the gluten-free.
gluten-free vodka, but now we are having the sparkling kiwi and strawberry.
Yeah, I think we're past
That's
that
pretty
one.
good.
Yeah, it is very good. Very good.
As the music goes. Come on, Brian.
Yeah.
So you get up. I know you just used the restroom. Was your pee clear?
Very.
Good.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water.
We drank a lot of juice tonight.
No, I drink a lot of water.
And we had sriracha nuts tonight.
Excellent. That has no bearing on what we're
No, it didn't. There's potassium in there.
Potassium? Think again.
Cholesterol?
All right, we're not going to talk later on this. So, when it comes to weight loss, there is always going to be the next fad. There is always going to be something new. There is always going to be something.
You have to pick and choose. You really have to read the ratings on it. Like when you are on Amazon buying something that you want to buy, you look at the ratings, and some of the ratings are off kilter. But sometimes there's only 5 ratings, and then you go, "Oh, this is just a company that's trying to promote itself." You really have to dive in and want to do and want to achieve what you want to achieve. Brian, if I want to lose weight, I can't just pop a pill and be like, I'm done with it. Cool. I just took the pill. It's good. It's just going to work out for me. No, I have to work out through the day. I have to sweat. I sweat on a regular basis. On a regular basis, I sweat. And I know that. So I take that pill because I sweat.
Is that why I smell you from over here?
Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You have to be productive throughout your day in order for that pill to work. You have to be productive throughout your day if you're going to have a lemongrass tea in the morning.
I don't want to discount that. Okay, like if you want to have a lemongrass tea and you want to count some calories and you want to eat natural and you want to eat healthy,
I'm all for it.
Please do, really, honestly. But
I ain't got time for counting nothing. But
here's the thing: when it comes down to losing weight, the tried and true is pretty freaking simple. Like, don't eat crap.
Yeah,
and exercise a little bit. Ooh, you all right, Brett? So
I have a giant bag of Dots pretzels. I do. Yeah, I put that right up on there. I have a giant bag of Dots pretzels, which is not healthy whatsoever. But we will consume them on Drink Talk, and it'll be glorious because we're drinking alcohol. But on top of us drinking alcohol, we are working out. We're going to work.
Yep.
We are waking up in the morning and being energized. We drink coffee. We not only stretch sometimes when we get ready for things, but we are productive during the day. Mm-hmm. If you sit in a chair all day long and then you eat these, it's not the same thing of us eating these because we are more productive doing things than just sitting in a chair. You get where I'm going here?
I do. I want to cut through your bullshit a little bit.
Oh, my.
Yes. All right. What time was that? All right.
That was 7 seconds, I guess.
All right. So here's the thing. Like, I have been a little sedentary. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been a little sedentary here the last year. Mainly because of work and my schedule.
Brian, I don't consider you and I are fat.
No, I don't.
No. What am I? I'm under now because I lost 10 pounds. I'm at 190 now. Hey-ya.
I've never weighed above 200, so I don't want to get into this because I know
because I weigh 210.
Well, people get pissed off at me. They're like, "Oh, Brian, what do you do?" And I'm like, I make healthy choices when I eat. So I don't want to get into that because like people get mad at me because I weigh less than 200.
Are you trying to talk to me about your lifestyle?
No, No,
Okay.
like seriously, when I get into conversations with people about losing weight, and they're all like, "Oh God, I got into this gym and like onto this weight loss program."
Brian, I've never monitored my weight. I just did my things, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm at 210. I'm like,
Right.
fuck, I got. That's the second time we've
I know,
cussed
yeah,
in 3 minutes.
We're gonna have to edit this heavily.
It's all right. Just in the past, 118 minutes.
All right, so what I want to say is, pause. So me and my daughter went out. I'm trying to be a little healthier in my lifestyle choices. And I like biking. Because when I lived in Virginia, Britt, you can attribute going down to the beach and biking up and down the boardwalk.
In my mind right now.
As long as you don't hit a cop car, right?
Brian, I am in my mind. You want to go biking? Let's go biking.
Dude, I love biking.
I will take you on an adventure.
All right. Like right now?
Like
After this is done?
no. There's no lights on the trails.
Because
you and I will go biking.
I have lights on my bike. Like I have anyway. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk later. We're gonna talk later.
Yeah.
So Piper and I, we had our first daddy-daughter date.
Aww.
Biking.
Oh.
Like okay, and like
yeah, I don't know.
We've had plenty of daddy-daughter dates. This she has
oldest child.
She's the oldest child, and recently, she is 8, and she is not what I would call.
I know my son's about to go to school.
I know Brindley is about to hit kindergarten.
Brian, you know where my son's going to school?
The zoo.
The zoo.
I know, right? Okay,
how cool is that?
Anyway, so Piper and I, we've had daddy-daughter dates. We do things that she wants to do. She's very theatrical. So
Brian, we're going to 2 hours here,
which is totally fine. We're gonna keep it under or right about 2 hours.
We keep it under 4
or 5.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
good conversation.
We actually had a daddy-daughter date where she wanted to go biking. And I'm like, yes, I love biking. And she has recently learned how to ride a bike without training wheels.
That's good.
And
that's good. That's very good.
She's 8, which is a little later
Get it, girl.
than usual.
Get it, girl.
But like it clicked with her. Like she was like, I want to just.
This is good though.
I
ain't
love
it?
biking.
This is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is sparkling kiwi pineapple.
Nobody cares anymore.
Kiwi strawberry.
No, really, we're just drinking on vodka. Yeah, nobody cares anymore. Anyway, so we're biking and like we went 4 miles today.
Hold on. You and your little daughter.
First time ever.
And she's not in a bike that you're not in. She's on her own bike.
On her own bike.
And she's following you, apparently. You know, because you're the parent.
I let her lead because I wanted her to set the pace.
Where did you go?
So the first stop we went was her school. Like, I was like, oh, we're going to go to her school. We're going to bike around the parking lot.
Which is like a mile away?
A little less.
A
little less.
0.8.
Yeah.
0.8
of a mile, roughly.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know your neighborhood.
Yeah. So
you round the curve,
we have the trail though.
Yeah.
So it was like, we're gonna go down to the trail because it's flat, and so we went to a school, and we got to the school. And I'm like, oh, do you just want to hang around the parking lot? She's like, yeah. So we were hanging around the parking lot, and she's like,
this is dumb.
I want to go more. I'm like, all right,
this is dumb. Why?
Let's take a break. We're gonna take some water in. And we're going to go.
As you should. Nice job, Brian.
So she's like...
Nice job being a parent. Water up.
Yeah.
Water up.
We're going to water up.
Hold on. You ready? Water up.
Water up.
Water up.
Water up. Get
Let's
your
do it.
giant mug over here. So we got some...
Up.
Yeah, we watered up. And we stopped. And she's like, I want to go on the trail a little more. I'm like, excellent. Let's go on the trail a little more. So we... went on the trail a little more, and she's like, Dad, what's down this way? I'm like, Piper, there is a
ravine.
No, a playground.
And then you're gonna fall off.
I was like, there's a playground like a mile away. Can you last a mile? if
you do it, yeah.
If you make a mile, there's a playground down here that
we
we've
can go play.
never been to.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And she's like,
Oh my gosh.
I've never been there. I was like, no, you've never been there. So like we went to this playground and we get there and we park the bike and there's like one other kid there. And they had one of those rope spider web things. And we're like playing on there and like there are seats within this thing.
Now you got me thinking about something.
Oh, it's amazing. It was super amazing. And we're like sitting there and we're chilling. She gets up in her seat and she's like, Dad, you got to get up in the spider web. I'm like, all right. So I get up there and I sit there and she's like, this is amazing. This is so awesome. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And so we hear these voices and I look down and it's friends of ours. They live in the neighborhood like
Catty corner.
Beyond the play park.
And beyond.
Yep. The oldest is 10. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's the one walking the baby. And the other two are like, hey, we're here. Mom and Dad are like staying in the deck. And they just wanted us gone for a little bit. They live a block away. Okay, so for you parents that are all like freaking out, like.
Lived a block away from you, but they're a mile away from the house?
They lived a block away from the park.
Gotcha.
This is 2 miles from our house still. But.
I got a zoo story here in a minute.
So, like the 10-year-old is taking the baby, and so they're there for like 15 minutes, and we play, and it was a good time. And we get back on the bikes because it had been a while.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. We're 2 miles away from the house.
Sometimes you're away.
So we hop on the bikes. We get over the bridge, which had the pylons in there and all that, which scared the bejesus out of me. Which is good. Like, she is not coordinated. I was surprised with me. Anyway, she made it through there. And so we're going along the path. And this is a bike path. I mean, people run on it. It's the Papio Creek Trail. And so I'm teaching her about, like, hey, when
stay with me.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. She was setting the pace. She's ahead of me. I'm like, hey, Piper, when somebody says on your left, there's somebody going to pass us, you need to stay to the right because they need the open lane to the left and all that. So somebody does that, and they're like, they go by us, on the left, and they pass us on the right, or so they pass us on the left, and we have to stay to the right. Well, Piper accidentally, because she's not like super.
There's no left and right.
No, she does, but she's not super coordinated. So she actually goes off the path a little bit. She's in the grass, and she tries to come back onto the path from the grass. Well, there's a little bit of a dip, and it like literally throws her to the ground, like hard. Like, I'm glad she's wearing a helmet. hard, like big time. Yeah, like throw her to the ground.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she's obviously crying because it scared her. She's 8. Okay. It scared her.
She's 8.
She got thrown to the ground hard. I'm glad she was wearing a helmet because otherwise she would be having concussion right now.
This green stuff is good.
It's super good. So I said to her,
Kiwi.
Yeah. So I said to her, Piper, that is a valuable life lesson. Okay. You can't go off the path, and you can't just jump back on.
We're teaching our kid that too right now.
Right? So it's a life lesson.
You know what the life lesson is in my world right now?
Hmm?
My son is going to go to the zoo for preschool.
All right. Well, hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute.
Just a minute.
My son is going to be amongst 12,000 individuals.
All right.
I have to bring him into reality and how he needs to stay focused on life and where he needs to be at.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Kids are crazy. Brian, my son's going to be at the zoo.
It's super crazy.
Super crazy. There's lions and tigers, and that's okay.
All right. Well, those of you that want to know the other extent of the story, we're going to end it right now because, honestly, this is the end of the talk. we're just rambling right now. So I'm gonna end it. Where are we at? We're past 2 hours.
That's your own cause if you want to end this.
Yeah. Honestly, I had a really cool story. But
Go for it.
I'm just gonna end. No,
I want to hear the story. Everyone in the entire world wants to hear the cool story.
Or the 150 people that are listening to this.
I had 410 people listen to the last episode, so
Oh,
that's
hey.
all you, bro.
All right. So okay. To go for it, she like hit hard, big time, and she's like, "Dad, I'm bleeding." So I'm like, "Yep, you sure are.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hit hard. You are bleeding." And I said,
But I'm sure you had some ace bandages in your little pack.
Nope, sure didn't. And I said, "Hey, I got some water. We're gonna wash these out. We're gonna just rinse it out. Bleeding's good." And when she hit, like it was hard for her, like scared her, like super crying, like heavy crying, as any kid would. Like you hit the ground hard, scares you, crying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was like, "Hey, bleeding's good." And she's like, "What?"
What?
Yeah. I'm like,
Brian, when you looked at me, I saw Piper just a second ago. You were like, what?
yeah. I'm like, bleeding's good. And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah. It totally,
Sometimes you got to bleed out.
yeah, you got to it clears the wound. It brings the white blood cells. It fights infection. It's not going to get the
A+ to all that stuff.
yeah." So I said, "You need to. It's fine if you're bleeding." And she's like, "Well, I'm going to walk my bike back." So I sat her down and I got her eye level and I said, "Piper."
It's 3 miles to walk back.
Yeah. I said, "We're 2 miles from home.
Exactly.
Do you want to walk your bike back?" And she's like,
2
miles?
2
How long is it going to take us to walk? I said,
15, 20 minutes.
I said about 2 hours to walk.
I was saying 15, 20 minutes. But
No, I said about 2 hours.
I'm kind of a quick walker.
Yeah, I said about 2 hours to walk. She's like, "Oh, you're right. When we bike, it's a lot faster." I said, "Yep. Can you get back on your bike? Can we make it home? Can you hop
Can
back?
you do this?
Can you get back on
Can
your
you
bike?"
do this?
Yeah, I said, "I know it hurts right now, but can you push through the pain and can you make it back home right now? And we will be home in 15, 20 minutes." She's like, "You're right. When we're on a bike, it's a lot faster." I said, "Yep, it sure is." So she hopped back on her bike, and like 5 to 10 minutes into it, I'm like, "Piper, how are your knees?" Because like she hit hard on her knees, like
She's getting her knees.
gashes, in
Yeah.
her, like big time gashes in her knees. And she's like, "Oh, the wind on it, like
Feels good.
it helps it, and moving it helps it." I said,
Good.
"Excellent. I know this.
Building muscle.
I know this, but like I'm glad you're learning this right now." So we get home, and she's like, "Dad,
She made it all the way home.
she
I
made
love
it. She made it all the way home."
I love this story. I'm loving this story right now. This is the greatest story I've ever heard in my life.
So she
But hear
made it all the way home, and she's like, "Dad, my knees freaking hurt." I'm like, "I know, baby. You hit hard.
You did it."
I said, "I will put the bikes away right now. I want you to go inside. I want you to take off your shoes. I want you to get on the counter, and we're gonna wash your knees off to get all that cleared out, and we're good." So she went inside. I put the bikes away, and I got inside, and she's on the counter, and she's like, "Is this gonna hurt?" I'm like,
Yep.
"It's probably gonna sting
Yep.
a little bit."
Yep.
But here's the story that I told her. I said, "Daddy grew up in the country.
Yeah.
And we have these steps."
Yes, we did grow in the
Yes.
country.
I said, "We had these steps, right?"
Yeah.
And I said, what Daddy was a boy, and I like to push the limits. And I went down
Especially upon me.
yeah. I said, I went down these steps, and they were wood steps, and on either side were rocks. And we had a rock retaining wall on either side of these steps.
We didn't have a rock retaining wall. We had a
We had a rock retaining wall, but I'm talking about specifically the small steps. Do you remember on the side of the house, Britt, where we had those just like, there was like three little steps.
yes.
And there was a retaining wall on either side where Mom had her
I know the
pantries.
railroad retaining wall.
This is off the side of the house. Not
yes.
not the
Yes.
Okay. So what happened to me was I went down those steps and the tire got caught between the rock wall and the railroad, and like it threw me off right into the rocks.
I'm glad you said railroad because that's what I was talking about.
So after I did that, I went inside and I said, Dad, like I hit the rocks. And he put me up on the counter and he's like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I mean, it hurts bad.
Rocks hurt bad for sure.
It's like, I am very proud of you for not crying right now. That like you work through the process, like you have this thing, like it hurts bad, but you're working through the process, and you came to me, and like he cleaned out the wound. And remember the spray?
Oh my God!
The antiseptic spray, freaking hurt bad.
Ouch.
Yep. So like he cleaned it out and he sprayed the stuff on it, and it freaking hurt. And he's
Sometimes.
like, yeah, and he's like, Brian, I'm proud of you for not crying, because like seriously, you should have been crying.
I've had 6 broken arms.
Yeah. And that's the way. Yeah. And that's the way.
And that's it.
That's the way it was with Piper. I was like she got up on the counter and like I cleared out the wound and I put the antiseptic on it and like Piper and like she didn't cry. I don't like she cried.
Your wife's watching right now.
That's totally fine. Like she totally cried when she hit the ground, and I'm like, that's fine. Like it's scary. Like you got thrown off your bike, and
I can't imagine a little kid. When I was a little kid, I was tough as hell. I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was tough as nails. But these kids nowadays,
like from an
are so fresh, are so fragile.
Oh.
I'm even hiccuping.
You got the hiccups, Britt.
It's okay.
I think we just need to end it because, like, seriously, we're just rambling.
We
right
are.
now. Yeah. So we're at almost 2 hours. Whatever.
2 hours. Who cares?
Yeah. Those of you that want to seek out a weight loss program, that want to get healthier,
do it. Do it.
We all want to be healthier.
You know, if you want to see results, stay focused. Make sure.
Oh, we just got to end it. Seriously, we just got to end it. Okay.
Make sure that you stay focused.
Yes. Reading Rainbow.
All
right. Thank you for this. Has been an episode
Reading
of
Rainbow.
Yes. This has been.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I like
right?
that.
Yeah. This has been. Hold your breath. Get some go upstairs. Get some peanut butter. I mean, this is alternative medicine part 6 right here.
Oh,
just go get some peanut butter. This has been an episode of Drink Talk. We have been talking on weight loss programs. We've been rambling literally for the last 45 minutes on stuff. I hope you enjoy the.
It was a wonderful
perspective on this thing. But honestly, what it boils down to is just like
stay focused.
Don't eat crap. Right?
Don't eat Cheetos. Don't eat.
Yeah.
Cheat is a Mac.
Okay, Britt, stop talking. Just go get peanut butter right now. Just go upstairs and get peanut butter.
All right. So what I've found out here is here I will do this. You can't hiccup and swim at the same time, and we've told about that. You ready? So here it is. I'm gonna hiccup here in a second, and then I'm gonna let go. You ready? I'm gonna let go. Ready? All right.
Suck in. You ready? And
So
I'm gonna
no. Stop.
Thank you for joining us on Drink Talk. We have been talking about the weight loss programs. We have been drinking on the Bombora vodka, which means big wave in server talk, and Effen cucumber vodka. We have talked about weight loss programs. Ooh, you all right? Slow out. No more hiccups.
Exactly.
Excellent. My name is Brian.
I'm Britt.
And we're going to just end this talk. Thank you for joining us.
As I stick up and
Thank you for the sneezing on that one. Excellent. Have a good night, folks.
I love you guys. Thanks for enjoying our stuff that we do.
Gar.
Grr.
Oh, Britt.